Hey, what it do?
Ahoy!
What's up? Good Tuesday. What's going on? How you doing?
Wow, that was like rapid fire.
Cocaine.
That's a lot of questions. Cocaine! You'd say happy Tuesday. It's good.
I said, what's up?
What's up?
How you doing?
Isn't what's up and how you're doing kind of the same thing?
Yeah, it's because they're meant not to be answered.
I see.
I don't really care how you're doing or what's up.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll stay quiet over here.
It's just like, it's a pleasantry.
I was going to say a pleasantry. But it's a little awkward if when you ask that and then I don't get a chance to respond. So, saying.
We don't want you to respond.
It's hot. It's hot.
Yeah.
But other than that,
it is hot out there.
I had to bring I went and I hit some golf balls, so I brought a change of clothes. I was worried about the sweat factor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was wearing a t-shirt and I was like, yeah, this could the pit stains on this could be a bit intense. So we did a quick sink shower.
Hashtag the grind.
Hashtag the grind. Hey man, just because it's 90 doesn't mean you don't go stop pitting balls.
That's right. Got to get better.
There's nothing less appealing though than like sweat stains. When you're wearing like a gray t-shirt and
95.
Yeah. And then you just get like, I don't know about you, but I get the nice V going front and back and then the good pit scoop. It's not good. It's no good.
Which is higher, 95 temperature or 95 golf score?
Oh, well, I mean, I just hit balls today, so.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm more of a 9-hole guy anyway, so.
Nah.
I'm going to say higher. I'm going to say the temperature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Temps.
Yeah, it's hot as hell.
I wouldn't say it's hot as hell, but it's warm.
I didn't like it.
It's warm.
It's getting there.
Yeah, it's what do you call it? It's like hazy out.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's wildfire smoke or what is that?
I think that's global warming. We got a little cloud cover.
Is that just COVID?
That's just God hugging you a little closer. Just bringing you in for the good stuff.
Because it's kind of hazy.
Yeah, it's a little muggy. A little muggy. Yeah, I rode this morning and it definitely had kind of that stifling sort of. Yeah, it's like there's like a layer of smog. It's what you get when you're in LA. That's why LA sucks. When you're just driving down there and it's hot, but it traps
LA,
it in.
you suck.
LA does suck.
Screw you, LA.
That's why I left.
Yeah, you live there, huh?
Yeah.
But if you got a bunch of money, then LA's awesome. Because no one wants to live in Los Angeles. But where was the Pelican Hill place?
Newport Beach.
If you've got money and you move to Newport Beach, then life is awesome.
Yeah, it was nice down there.
Yeah. California is the definition of, this place sucks unless you're rich. And then it's like, why would you want to live anywhere else?
Yeah, that's very true.
Yes.
So where did you live in L.A., Brandon?
I was in Torrance, Redondo Beach area, so southwest LA.
Okay.
So the cooler side.
I always say anytime anybody says something like that, or like a town, or like I don't know, like a suburb or whatever,
really
a part of L.A., I really don't know where it is.
You just kind of know.
But I've heard of all of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I've heard of all the beaches. I don't know. Is Huntington Beach, is that north or south? I don't know.
Well, then like you hear
South.
about like Orange County, and some people say Orange County is like the fancy, and then other people like, I grew up in Orange County, and it was like you were a punk teen and you were in the bad part. So it's
OC's not OC. Isn't that like just suburb, like huge suburb?
It's it's like further south, like heading down like towards San Diego. It's like before you hit the highway. That's
I think
basically nothing to San Diego.
I think technically we were in Orange County when we were in Newport.
Yeah, we might have been.
Yes,
you
were.
And that's like the nicest place. But I played with kids from Orange County, and they talk about it like it's the cesspool of the world. Yeah. And it was just like drug dealers and like stealing cars. And you're like, well,
it's clearly a big county.
It is.
Yes.
But you claim the OC and it can go, it's a duality of man thing.
My sister-in-law is from the Orange County.
Yeah. And what does she claim? Or is she like middle of the road Orange County?
Middle of the road.
Okay.
Middle class. And she hates saying that she's from LA.
Yeah.
Because she's not from LA. She's from Orange County.
Yeah.
That pisses her off.
Well, that's everyone here that says you're from Portland, but no one's like, I can't say no one, but most people aren't from Portland. They're from Hillsborough, they're from Wilsonville, they're from Gresham, whatever, but it's like you're from Portland.
I live in Portland, but I'm not from Portland.
Yes, that's true. You actually live in Portland proper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't I know it?
But a lot of people do not.
No, they don't.
But it's just easier. Like everyone has that,
Yeah.
Except
I live in the Northwest.
Except New York. New York is very proud to tell you that they're from the borough.
Yeah,
New York's
which borough?
Yeah, New York.
Well, that matters.
New York is the difference because people will not tell you that they're from New York. People will tell you that they're from Brooklyn or Queens or Harlem, Manhattan, Long Island, and they will get very pissy if it's just a general New York City thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get a little uppity about that.
So you didn't like LA out there?
I did like LA. I mean, I'm a desert kid. I'm from Arizona, so I'm used to heat. So that wasn't a problem. I hated how claustrophobic it is down in LA. Like literally everybody's on top of you. All the buildings are on top of you. The only place you could pretty much breathe is the beach, and that's only on a good day when there's not that many people on the beach. So it was just a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
LA is a lot.
LA
100%.
is a lot.
Well, LA and New York are both a lot.
Yeah.
It's just they're the two largest cities of the United States.
Because of that, are they overrated?
They can be.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Not really, because again, if you've got money, the cool part about LA and New York, one, if you have money, it's the best place to live in the world because everything is at your fingertips.
Exactly.
You can get a 5-star meal at 2 a.m. There's always a concert. There's always a sporting event. There's always something going down. So it's not overrated. There's a reason why if you have money in our country, you usually live in New York or Los Angeles. Like that's not. It's one thing for us to be like, man, I would never live there. Cool, Johnny Sixpack. I don't think they're clamoring for us. But when you're LeBron James, you can live where you want. There's a reason why he wants to live in Los Angeles. So no, those are not overrated. They're just overrated for poor people. Much like no one's ugly, you're just poor. The Kardashians prove that.
How do you explain Warren Buffett?
He doesn't care. Oh. Paul Allen's the same way.
So not all rich people care.
Nah. Like Bezos is a rich guy that cares because now he's like on all of like the HGH and he's got the tan.
Where does he live? Is he still in Seattle?
I think he lives lots of places. I don't think Bezos has a place. I think he has places. But yeah, there's some dudes that are just like old and I don't care. It's like when you're that rich and old, you can do whatever you want anyways. You don't think if you have that kind Elon Musk, how many kids does Elon Musk have? That guy looks like someone from Lord of the Rings and he's not on the human side. And that guy's got like 19 kids with like models. Why? He's Elon Musk.
Jeff Bezos' primary residence, a massive 3-mansion compound in Miami, Florida.
There you go. See, even he's like taken up to the, he's getting all...
Indian Creek Island.
Yeah, he's getting all in shape and...
Known as Billionaire Bunker. His ultra-exclusive private island community cost him $237 million.
Good Lord. And somehow I think he's doing okay.
So he relocated there to be closer to his parents. Aw.
Oh, that adorable. That's why he moved there, sure.
And the operations of his aerospace company, Blue Origin.
The
penis rocket.
Yeah. When my grandparents were alive, before they kicked the bucket, they lived on up in Anacortes. And out of their back, you could only see like part of it, but Paul Allen, I guess, had an island. Or was that Bill Gates? One of those two donkeys lived on an island up there, and it was their private island. And I don't think they lived there full time, but you could get a glimpse of it, and it was kind of cool. But then they had to people were constantly like boating around there and harassing us, and they put up like, I don't know, they put up some sort of security thing, but you had a view of the island, and I thought that was kind of cool. Because that would seem like a real villain sort of move. Like, what do you want? I don't know. Just give me an island somewhere. Seemed like a lair where things happen. Hence, like the Epstein thing. If you have an island, don't you assume like if you're rich and there's an island, bad stuff's going on there? That's the whole reason you have an island. Is that just like anything goes?
Well, you're certainly wanting privacy.
Yes, and when you want that much privacy, I assume that it's not for like normal things.
I would think if you're a billionaire, that's a great way to get privacy, but still be around stuff.
The island,
you know, because like you and I, if we want privacy, we have to buy land in Nebraska.
Yes.
But if Paul Allen wants privacy, he can just buy an island right in the middle of Seattle.
Yeah.
So it's kind of convenient if you got the money, I would imagine. But
and now I'm
priced out.
I wish I could ask my grandparents, although they're dead. Although maybe we could find the ghost whisperer to ask them.
There's always the afterlife.
There's always the afterlife. Because if it was Paul Allen, we don't really know that Paul was into weird stuff, but we know Bill Gates was into weird stuff, like bad stuff. And all of a sudden that island takes on a whole new meaning if it was Paul Allen's versus Bill Gates. And I don't remember. But that was always their big deal. They loved, anytime you went over to the house, they had a beautiful view of the water because it sat up a little bit, and they would love to tell you about, oh, yeah, look at that. And you're like, oh, it just looks like an island. Yes, but it's so-and-so's island. They're very proud of it.
Would you like to know Bezos' full, expansive real estate portfolio?
Yeah. What do we got?
This is just in the U.S. I'm sure he has stuff outside the U.S., but he's got his compound in Miami. So there's 3 mansions on the island.
Yeah.
I assume he put his parents in one.
I would assume.
Beverly Hills, he has a 10-acre estate featuring only a 30,000 square foot mansion.
That's it?
Yeah. Pretty modest, $165 million.
I was going to say, what does 10 acres run you in the Beverly Hills?
$165 million.
I mean, just the land alone.
Medina, Washington?
Yeah.
Where's that?
I think that's up there in the Sound. I think that's on the nicey places up there.
He has a 5.3 acre waterfront compound there. He has a place in Washington, D.C., a massive compound in the Colorama neighborhood that includes 2 historical former museum buildings.
Of course.
New York City has multiple units in the Century on the Upper West Side, including a 3-story penthouse totaling tens of millions of dollars.
Do you think he has homes that he's never been in?
No. Well, according to this, no. Corn Ranch, Texas, a sprawling 30,000-acre ranch in the Sierra Diablo mountain range near Van Horn. This is the base of operations for Blue Origin.
Okay.
A.K.A. the penis rocket.
The penis ship.
And then he's got a 14-acre beachfront estate in Maui.
Okay. Now, I'm assuming he's been to these places. Does he have any of these that he's been in less than a week total? I feel like the answer is yes.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also had a place in Albuquerque and a place in Houston, I guess.
This is what is that Joe Wall song? I have a mansion, never been there, tell me it's nice. I'm guessing that's like, come on.
Yeah.
And when you're not there, does someone just like live there? Is there like a cool ranch hand that just like hangs out and you get to bounce around in those
probably
places?
has people keep it up,
Yeah. Now that's the gig.
Yeah, stay there.
Yeah. Like that's like the Burt Cole kind of job where you just like hang out and you suckle at the power teat and then you just live in his house while he's not there.
Man.
And then the 1 week he's a year, like you have to go stay in the guest house. You tell everyone it's yours anyways.
I got to tell you, it's like we were talking about Elon Musk's living arrangements a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, he supposedly has some sort of normal home in Austin or
Well,
something.
I wouldn't say I mean, they're really nice. But he bought a whole neighborhood in Austin.
Yeah, for all his wives and kids.
Yeah, but it's not other people that are around there say, it's not that extravagant.
Yeah, it's like a 10,000 square
nice.
foot home. You're like,
So that's, because he always claims, I'm just going to live without anything. And,
oh, get bent.
Yeah, you're not really. But for how much the guy's almost a trillionaire.
Yeah, he could do way worse.
That is kind of modest.
Yeah.
That sounds funny to say. But with Bezos, I feel like if I were Bezos, he's kind of hit a home run on his real estate
You got a little something
portfolio.
everywhere.
Yeah, I think that's a really good spread. Don't you?
If you got to go 5, I'm
man.
giving the Rop 5.
5. Okay.
How many? Well, how many? He had more than 5.
He had 7.
I'll give you 7.
So I have to go 7.
You gotta go 7, and you gotta tell me which one's the main. You gotta have you gotta have the main headquarters.
Yeah. Wow.
So I'm gonna say the main headquarters. You got to be there you got to be there like 4 months out of the year. It's the main.
Well, one would be here.
Okay. All right. You're picking Portland.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. I have a place here.
West Hills, perhaps. Or are you going to that lake?
Oh no, I'm not going to that lake. It'd probably be out of town, like a big sprawling Oregon Phil Knight type place.
Wine country, if you will.
There you go.
Vineyard. Yeah, I see it.
I might just buy the Allison Inn and live there.
That's not a bad idea.
Southern California, San Diego-ish, too. I'm going to skip Hawaii I'll have a private jet.
Yeah. I mean, you can fly to Hawaii whenever you want.
Yeah, I'm going to skip Hawaii.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I like it, but Colorado.
Oh. So you're definitely, you're staying kind of traditional and certainly on the West.
Are we talking worldwide or U.S.?
You can go worldwide, man. You get whatever you want.
Well, that was just his U.S. portfolio.
Oh. All right. Well, you can stay.
Let me see what else he's got.
You can stay in the U.S.
Well, then if I'm not, I'll go Italy for sure.
Sure.
I loved Italy.
Italy. Maybe in the Tuscan countryside, if you will.
Not even close.
Yeah.
So awesome. Uzbekistan?
Yeah, one of the stands for sure.
Do anything for you?
I was thinking more like a Kazakhstan sort of thing. Maybe downtown Iran. I don't know. Someone over there. Middle East.
Maybe the moon?
That's truly the evil lair if you go that. Is there a volcano somewhere that you could have? Live in the base of a volcano and go full Dr. Evil.
Yeah, I don't know if he has stuff outside of that.
Oh, I'm sure he does, but who knows?
But it's so hard. I don't know. It doesn't look like Yeah, his property portfolio. Yeah, it's only those 7.
Yeah.
According to internet.
Well, I mean, anywhere else, I mean, he can go stay wherever the hell he wants. So,
right.
I mean, it's the difference between, having
it's just hard to get to all that.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, so what am I on? 3?
You're on 3.
4. I have Italy.
Yeah, if you wanted to go Italy. But for the most part, you were sticking in the U.S.
Oh, that's probably enough.
Yeah. You're fine there? Nothing east, huh?
Maybe New York City. Maybe a penthouse in New York City.
Central Park West.
I think New York City's cool.
Yeah.
5.
Okay.
I wouldn't have anything in Miami.
That's pretty humble of you. You know
Thanks.
What? You'd be a very humble billionaire.
Yeah.
I like it.
Where else am I going?
I feel like it's enough.
Yeah. Maybe something in Mexico.
It's a very traditional list on your part.
I'm going to go Mexico.
Yeah.
I'll have a place down there. It would be heavily guarded and gated. Guys with machine guns.
I see. The federales.
And I'd probably never be down there, but just in case.
Oh, Mexico's amazing.
Just in case I want to sneak down.
Well, if you're not going Hawaii, you should pick Mexico. Because if you're on the West, I mean, it's one of those two. You're either going Mexico or you're going Hawaii. That kind of satisfies the beach itch. No offense, but San Diego, that water, it's a little too cold, man.
Yeah. Well, that's mine.
I like it. Thanks. I like where you're going with that.
All right.
Oh, my God.
Thank you so much. There's your Brad Boxberger opening Prattle.
In Prattle we did?
Wait, why do you have a Red Sox hat on? Brandonius?
Well, like I said earlier, I served my mission in Boston.
You did say that.
And they are, if you haven't noticed, on a really, really good hot streak right now.
Yeah.
14 in a row.
Yeah.
Game got postponed today, so they can't go for
that.
15 today.
Yeah, the old Mother Nature getting in their way tonight.
Yeah, go Red Sox. Me, on the other hand, I suffered yet another shame today. I got heckled by an old lady today. I was walking early morning, so I was trying to beat the heat. My dog doesn't like the heat, so we got to get out when we walk early when it's going to be hot. So this is like 7:15, and I was wearing shorts and just a Mets t-shirt. Just plain Mets t-shirt. That's it, just going for a stroll. And this old lady's pulling out of her driveway, Subaru, by the way, and she rolls down the window as she's backing out. And a lot of times people like to comment, it's a big dog, he's a pretty dog. And so I get a lot of usually like, oh, I love your dog or whatever. She rolls down the window, and she goes, nice shirt. And then holds up, and she was wearing a Dodger shirt. And she's like, pick a real team, and rolled up her window and drove away. I got heckled by like a 65-year-old lady just walking the dog this morning.
Sure that wasn't Swag driving past you?
It could be. Swag does kind of. Swag is going down the old lesbian thing, but I don't think he lives in the old neighborhood. But like, my God, I was expecting like a sweet old lady to say something nice. I'm out there catching strays, just wearing a Mets t-shirt, taking a walk.
I think that's weird coming from a Dodger fan. Now,
that's what I said.
If it were a Phillies fan or Braves fan, okay. Or maybe Yankees.
The Dodgers?
But why the Dodgers? Like, if she's a Dodger fan, she should yell that to Padres fans.
Yeah.
Not Mets fans.
Well, and do you really need to make fun of Mets fan?
There's rules here.
Haven't we suffered enough? I mean, they did beat us in the playoffs, but, I mean, my God. And by the way, can I also point out her Dodger shirt was bedazzled?
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
So's mine.
You got a little sparkly LA on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had been working the bedazzler there, and some nice rhinestones on that. Tell you what, that's not the way you want to start your morning. And this is also, it's a little rude. Like, it's one thing to heckle, but like, you don't need to heckle Mets fans. We've been through enough. No one understands that the Mets suck more than I do. So can it, lady? Also, bold move to be heckling me when I just saw you pull out of a driveway. I know where you live. And by the way, I had a giant turd that I had picked up. I should have thrown it at her front door.
That would have been a little mean.
Probably.
And probably not commensurate with the heckling.
She did get a kick out of it, though. She had a nice cackle as she drove away.
Yeah, loser.
Although, to be fair, it seemed like she was kind of being playful about it, but at the same time, felt a little mean-spirited.
Yeah. Well, I think she's trying to connect with you.
How about this one? Hey, sorry.
As an old baseball fan.
I would have appreciated, like, you can root for a real team and then, like, sorry about your Mets, but, just.
My condolences.
Yeah. Just seemed a little.
That'd be funny.
Yeah. Catching strays like 7:15 in the morning.
Well, look.
Amongst the old.
I'm a Royals fan. You have to get used to it. It comes at you. Like, when you suck, you just have to.
Do people taunt you when they see Royals
Not anymore because they've been so bad for so long. I mean, I know they won the World Series a couple years, or went to the World Series 2 years in a row. Yeah. Do you remember that when they beat? Oh, they beat the Mets.
Yeah, they beat the Mets.
Do you remember that when they beat the Mets?
That was not a couple years ago, by the way.
Yeah, I know. It's gotten. It's 2015.
I think so.
10, 11 years ago.
Yeah,
now?
We're over a decade.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well, for us,
you
it was.
can't drop a couple.
But I
years ago.
can because I'm a Royals fan where 30 years of futility is nothing. So 10 years, I'm still holding on to that title because I know it's going to be 25 more.
Yeah.
At least.
Saying, didn't like the stray. Didn't think I'd catch one. Thought I'd be safe amongst the olds. Thought they were supposed to be nice. Old bitch.
All right. Well, we've got Jason Quick on our show today.
Yes. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, he's a reporter, Blazers reporter.
Well, I don't think he's a Blazer reporter anymore.
Oh, he's not?
No. He's a feature writer for The Athletic.
Oh, then why are we having him on?
I believe he's circling back now and is going to be writing more about your Portland Trailblazers because he finds this whole thing interesting. And he had some mudslinging from anonymous sources.
Yeah. He's got a new article up.
Yeah.
So he's got 2 new ones you guys got to read. That's your homework before he comes on.
Yeah, he went back to back.
So we're going to talk about that. He's going to come on our show at 5, and we're going to talk about, oh my God, everything that's happening with the Moda Center renovations. It's getting exhausting.
It really is.
Because now the county is sort of reneging on what they...
2 county members are trying to go, take backsies.
Yeah, take backsies. Yeah. So, anyway, we'll have more on that at 5. ESPN, the worldwide layoff leader, next.
McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the Timbers have named their new head coach, 44-year-old Marty Cifuentes, joins Portland on a 3-year contract through the 2028-29 season. Cifuentes has over 2 decades of coaching experience, most recently with Leicester City in the English Football League. Timbers take on FC Dallas tomorrow night. Coverage starts at 6:30 right here on 105.1 The Fan. In the WNBA, Portland Fire star Bridget Carlton was named a participant in the All-Star three-point contest coming up on Friday. Carlton has shot 38% from 3 so far this season and is top 5 in the W in three-pointers made per game. The Fire host the Wings tomorrow night in the Moda Center. That's over on 9:10 a.m. ESPN Portland starting at 6:45. And in the NFL, the Dolphins and linebacker Jordan Brooks have agreed on a 3-year, $51.3 million extension with $35 million guaranteed. Brooks is now the 6th highest paid inside linebacker in the league in terms of total contract value and average annual value. I'm Brendan Henson from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
This is the Fan.
All right. Well, R.I.P. Carl Ravitch.
Yeah, that one, well, not dead, but 33 years?
Yeah, man, I love Carl Ravitch.
Yeah.
He's the voice of baseball on ESPN. They turfed him today.
Yep.
They turfed Ryan Clark.
Yeah, a bunch of people. Tom Pelissero went.
They turfed Cam Newton.
Well, that one no one cares about. Like, seriously.
Maybe his wife or something.
Yeah, it's possible.
They turfed Bart Scott.
Mm-hmm. This is...
Charles Davis.
And it sounds like more could be coming. They're going to do this in waves.
Yeah, this, by the way, least surprising thing ever.
Yeah.
If you really think about what ESPN is, it's... Cable TV is dying.
Yeah.
And yet they're paying more than ever for live sports content, the rights to live sports.
It's like the one thing that's TiVo proof now. Like you.
Yeah, but so they're paying a mint for it,
Yep.
but less people are watching it, and and your fans are more fragmented than ever.
Yep.
And you pay gajillion dollars to Pat McAfee and Stephen A. Smith. Yep. I'm stunned that anybody else even works at ESPN.
Well, it's coming to the point now where it seems like ESPN is of the impression that you really only need about 3 people that are really popular, and then the rest. It's kind of like the NBA model, right? You're gonna pay 2 or 3 guys, and then the rest are gonna be veteran minimums or rookies, and that's just kind of the way it is. That the high price middle guy, the Jeremy Grants of the world, have been priced out, and that's Carl Ravitch, that's Ryan Clark, people that were making good hunks of money, and some of these guys aren't making millions, but I mean, you're making $750, you're making $1 million, maybe 1.5, and
a little bloated,
and you're just going through. And I think the idea is,
sorry, Carl.
Well, I mean, someone brought this up. They said outside of Pat McAfee, whether you like him or not, and I don't mind Pat. I think he's a bit much for me, but he certainly moves the needle. People tune in to see Pat McAfee. Outside of McAfee, Van Pelt, and maybe Stephen A.
Caitlin Clark is white.
Is there another program on ESPN that it makes a difference to you who is doing it when you tune in? If you're just there to watch SportsCenter, if you're there to watch baseball coverage, it all just kind of blends together if it's not for one of maybe those 3 people.
I mean, that's media. I mean, I know people in media don't like to think this way.
Yeah.
But we're all replaceable.
Yes.
Unless you're Howard Stern or, like you say,
Pat McAfee.
I mean, there's a few that rise above. I mean, yeah, it's like, I think I saw there was a tweet. It was somebody that was saying, They said, and I thought you're right, they put it really well. They said, ESPN is the brand. And if you are not a brand yourself, you're out.
Yeah.
Because everybody else can be replaced. And that's been age old, though.
Yeah.
It's just like, I know we get attached to people like Carl Ravitch. Carl Ravitch did a good job, but the younger kid at $200,000 versus Carl at whatever he made, That's a no-brainer for ESPN.
Yeah.
Because people aren't going to tune out because Carl's not on there.
No, my guess is that their baseball coverage will probably do the exact same number.
They'll sell the exact same amount, and that's the key.
Yeah.
Whereas Pat McAfee goes away, they lose. I know they have a big nut to pay him, but they lose all that revenue.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they're cashing checks off of that show because they pay him $1 million.
Yeah,
I say $1 million. They pay him. What do they pay that guy? Like $500 million?
I think it's 60 mil.
Oh, well, no, total.
Oh.
It's like $500 million.
I know, but I think
$500 million deal.
Yeah, I think McAfee is $60 million a year on his deal, and McAfee's kind of a self-made guy, right? I mean, he built that, and then he took it to ESPN, and ESPN bought it. And whatever you think of Stephen A. Smith, that guy moves needles. That guy gets eyeballs. He gets clicks. He gets people talking, and that's the stuff I don't want to bring up anyone like locally here, but I was having this conversation when the Blazers were making layoffs with someone, and they were doing this. I just want to be careful about this. Someone was like, "Man, if they let go of so and so, I'll never watch again. I'm never going again." And I laughed and I said, "That's such a lie." I mean, they did this when they got rid of when Sean's or when Wheels goes or when Barrett goes. You're so right that you can be pissed. You can be. I didn't want Mike Barrett to go. I thought Barrett got a raw deal. I do. I thought Mike Barrett did a really good job, and he was a quintessential voice of the Portland Trailblazers.
Come on, dude.
When Mike Barrett left, did it change anyone's fandom of the Blazers? So if the new ownership comes in and they get rid of, whether it's Demers, they get rid of Clabber, or they get rid of Brook, or they get rid of whoever, you can be pissed about it, and you may, for a brief moment, hold a grudge. But when game one rolls around and it's opening night and they're playing the Lakers, guess what you're going to be doing? You'll watch because you're a Blazer fan. And that's just kind of the nature of the beast. And whether that's firing Tom Landry or whether it's, Bill Schonely or whoever, there's, like you said, no one is irreplaceable. It's just, even if you're great, eventually, so they'll come for Pat. Pat right now is cock of the walk. But one day, Pat's going to become a little bit older, and he's not going to be as edgy, and a new Pat McAfee will come along. You don't think Stephen A. is worried that Pat McAfee has already replaced him? Stephen A. Smith was the voice of ESPN, and he's not anymore. It's Pat McAfee. Stephen A. is number 2, but if you don't think that Stephen A. is worried that if they had to make a choice right now that they choose Pat McAfee, you're fooling yourself. And that's just kind of the nature of this beast. And Van Pelt right now is probably the king of the broadcasters, not personalities, but at one point it was Dan Patrick, and at one point it was Keith Olbermann, at one point it was Neil Everett, and I don't know, it's just no show lasts forever. Seinfeld, MASH, Cheers, Friends, Modern Family, ER, Lord of, any of that stuff. It all goes. Nothing lasts forever.
The other thing too about ESPN is they merged with NFL Network, and
so a lot of them are doubled up.
So they're running a little fat,
yeah,
because they have all that talent on NFL Network and all that talent on ESPN. If you've noticed, if you watch, Schrager and now Kyle Brandt and a lot of the NFL Network guys are now appearing on ESPN.
Yeah,
so they're probably, I would imagine they're going to gut NFL Network, and NFL Network is just going to be, they're going to take anyone good from there, put them on ESPN. And then NFL Network's just going to be, I don't know, who knows, an avenue for highlights or whatever. It's not going to be, it's going to be less talent.
But it's also
laden.
why Cam and Ryan Clark and some of those guys, obviously you don't need them because you've got some NFL guys. They're going to make a choice, and whichever one they think is better, whichever one is cheaper, will end up doing those duties.
Yeah. The worldwide layoff leader.
But we always get mad when this happens. And
I don't.
I don't either.
And I never have. And I will tell you that even if it came for us, I would not be mad. It's
just the nature of the beast.
It's just the business. And we know what we're getting into in this business. And, you can be pissed and think you're worth more than they think you are. Mm-hmm. But it kind of doesn't matter.
And if you are worth more than that, then you will land on your feet and someone else will come calling. But this is just like I said, it's. I think you and I are both on the same page where luckily it hasn't come for us yet. And we've been doing this for a long time, but again, stick around long enough and see what happens.
Oh, it's coming.
What was Dick Vitale called? He called it Ziggy.
Yeah.
Because Dick Vitale was an old coach and he always talked about the Ziggy coming for you. I mean, God, when we were in the NFL, there was always the guy, and you'll see it on Hard Knocks. Did you see the preview for the Seahawks Hard Knocks?
Oh, the Seahawks are on there?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Well, wait a minute.
They do a nice job there.
I thought you hated Hard Knocks.
I
You
do.
never watch Hard Knocks.
I don't, but I'm saying
They're fooling you.
I saw the preview for it, and it looked pretty good.
It's going to be the same as it
100%
every year.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if you're a Seahawks fan, say what you will about Hard Knocks, because I think it's whitewashed and I think it hasn't been good in years. They do a really nice job of the sights and the sounds and the backdrop of a champion and the whole we're moving forward, we're not looking back. I watched the little preview for it today, and I was like, all right, if you're a Seahawks fan, that's cool.
You know, that starts August 4th.
Yeah, it's right around the corner.
Wow.
Yeah. But there's always someone in the NFL, whatever team you're on, and that's the guy that cuts you. And that guy walking through, dude, that guy's like the Grim Reaper. And when you see him walk in, you're like, oh, God. And like, you're trying not to make eye contact with him, and you have all these weird superstitions, and, nothing's going to stop it. When that guy's coming for you, but it's hilarious to watch guys kind of try to avoid him as if he doesn't. It's not a game of tag.
Right. Like you can hide.
Yeah.
Oh, they forgot about me.
Yeah.
I live to.
Yeah, you had guys that like wouldn't come into the facility on the day of the cuts, and you're like, dude, they just call you. Like, I just was sit in my locker room and wait. I had most of my stuff in a trash bag anyways. I'm like, all right, here it comes. And I was like, for the most part, I knew. And then there were a couple times I was surprised, and I was like, God damn it, that sucks. But it's like, you can't get mad at it. You know the transient nature of it. What do they say in the NFL? It stands for not for long.
Well, the other thing too is if you bring in money for whoever writes your paychecks,
you'll be safe.
Yeah. Shockingly, you'll be spared.
Yes.
So I love Carl Ravitch, but what can Carl Ravitch, a play-by-play guy for baseball, do to increase the revenue of the big Major League Baseball contract with ESPN?
Nothing.
You know what I mean?
And unfortunately for Carl, what happened is he made probably too much money for being there. The crappy part is they didn't inform him.
Oh, they didn't?
No, they found out via social media. And after 33 years, that's the only thing I'll tell the ESPN is...
That's rough.
After 33 years, this isn't Ryan Clark, for God's sakes. Dude, sit down and tell the guy. But it sounds like most of those guys found out through other media avenues contacting them for comment. And that's a crappy way to find out.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
And, a text here to the fan text line. The problem is this isn't just happening to entertainment and sports. It's happening to everyone.
Yes.
We all need paychecks, and even though we can't do, where'd the rest of that text go?
We can't do anything about it. There's others adapting and moving forward. It's still okay to not be okay with this kind of corporate consolidation.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying you have to be okay with it.
No.
But I don't know, it's one of those things, again, it goes back to just a philosophy that I have that not everyone has, but it's just my philosophy that I try not to worry about things I can't control.
Yeah.
And this is just the nature of the beast at the higher levels. And it does suck. It's like it's like, how many people have you worked with on let's say equal footing, and then they go on to get into management, and what happens to them?
Yeah, they turn into management.
They're the same as the old management.
Yep.
Why? Because that's just the way it is. Mm-hmm. You're not going to change it. I know we all live in this. I don't know. I'm a little bit of a sort of a. Oh, what's the word? I think things should be different.
Idealist, maybe?
Idealist, I think is the word I was looking for. I'm like that, but I know it's not going to be.
But you're also very pragmatic.
Well, yeah, I think you have to be.
Yeah.
So I just, you can not be okay with it, but that doesn't change a thing.
No.
So I just don't worry about it. Yeah. And I know it sucks for a lot of people because AI is coming for a lot of people's jobs.
Yep.
And it's not just media.
And it's not your fault.
No. And that's the hard part. It's like, I mean, if we got turf, there would be an element of, it is our fault. Like, why are you not making more money for the company? Where are your ratings? What, like we do have we kind of have it easy because we do have markers.
We have a metric.
And that's it. And it's whether it's not about you. It's not personal. It's hit your marks, make us money, and we'll keep you around. We'll pay you pretty well.
Yeah.
Other people don't have that, where it's like, hey, I get paid pretty well to do a job that's not going to get eliminated because a computer can do it
and
better.
I'm doing a good job.
That's even worse, and that sucks.
Yeah.
But again, there's nothing you can do about it. You have to reinvent.
Yeah.
It's just that's the way it goes.
Life's what, like 10% of what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. I mean, it's a whole crappy, it's like a bad cat motivation poster, but it's true. It's just life is not fair. And unfortunately, that is always the case and has been since the beginning of time.
Yeah. All right. Well, R.I.P.
Yes. All the ESPN people. And by the way, again, probably more are coming. So buckle
and
up.
Carl Ravage's hairpiece. I will miss it.
Maybe he gets to take it with him. Is that his personal property?
What if he leaves it there?
Yeah, like when a fighter retires, they leave their gloves in the middle of the ring. Ravitch leaves his on the set of the
and then enter Rick Riz, and he drops it on his dome and starts calling games for ESPN.
It's a great toupee. It will be missed.
All right, where are we at? Where you at?
3:45.
Yeah,
that's where we're at.
Well, we've got some Moda Center talk coming up here.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that. The county is now changing its tune a bit.
Oh my God, I know.
So we'll tell you what's going on there next. right, Jason Quick of The Athletic coming up at 5. We're going to have him on to talk about the Mood Center renovations.
Which seems to be going great day by day.
I don't think it is.
No, but at the same time, remember that every time one of these articles gets written, there is bad stuff in there that is legit, but everyone still says they think it's going to pass. So,
well, it would be best if we read nothing and heard nothing until
the vote.
Yeah, or until August. Not even that. Until it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Because really, it's just getting us all stirred up.
Well, it's two people that are negotiating very. It's a tough
Publicly.
negotiation that's going public, and people are using leverage and they're shaming and they're name calling and baiting and they're trying to win the PR campaign.
And that's what I mean. Like that, none of that matters. So it's like, it's just, it would be better if it just was, if we went into a coma, all of us collectively.
Well, and this is why so many people always say they don't want to negotiate in public.
Well, the Blazers kind of are too.
Yeah,
they all are.
They weren't for a while, and now they're out. And now they're making
Because
statements.
they have, and I'm going to ask Quick about this, but they have spokespeople.
Yeah.
Like who is even behind? Like you don't hear from Dundon on this.
No.
So who are these? Anyway, Jason Quick's coming on at 5. Here's what you need to know. The latest is coming from the county. Now remember, the $600 million for the Moda Center is state, county, and city.
Yes, and supposedly the only piece of this that is in flux is the 120 from the city.
Not so fast.
That's so fast.
So the total reno cost $600 million. State of Oregon is $365 million, already approved. City of Portland, that's what we're fighting over, the $120 million. And then the county proposal is $88 million in principle, but with financing costs, their commissioners are estimating the county's total obligation would approach $125 million over time, and that would be more than the city's commitment, and that is one thing that is a bee in their bonnet.
Yeah.
So the latest is that 2 Multnomah County commissioners they're not trying to kill the Moda Center renovation deal, but they want to reset.
Yeah, they're trying to cut it by up to a third, and good luck with that.
Yeah, they want to reset because they think the county's being asked to commit too much money without really much information or protections, which, by the way, that's the same thing the city is saying.
Yeah.
So the Blazers, I would imagine, when they get their stuff together and actually come out and get to the table and start negotiating, then there will be more information for the county and there will be more information for the city, and maybe they can actually work things out. But in the meantime, Julia Brim Edwards and Megan Moyer laid out several conditions that they want before supporting the county investment. They want a smaller contribution from the county. So they argue again that they should not contribute more than the city. Clear public benefits in exchange for the dollars, including project labor agreements, labor harmony agreements, a community benefits agreement, and a recurring revenue source, such as payments in lieu of property taxes. That's all the same as what the city put in their first draft to help repay their debt. And then they want a clawback provision so taxpayers aren't left paying for renovations if the team relocates before the end of the lease.
Now, what I heard, these two now are rattling their cages. I would like someone to probably remind them that they got this building for free and they've been operating for 30 years for free. I swear to God, the short-sightedness on the part of our government is staggering and stunning, although it shouldn't be stunning because this is what they do. What I haven't heard is whether or not these two have the ability to derail the county's part of this. I've heard, obviously, that they're saying not so fast, but they're only 2 of the county commissioners, so that's the one thing I haven't read anywhere of whether or not they have the actually authority to hold this up, or if this is again just more saber rattling like Mitch Green. Same thing with the city. You don't need 12 votes, you need 6. The mayor already said that he'll be the tiebreaker. So Mitch Green can sit there and bitch and moan and try to grandstand all he wants. They don't need him. So you just need 6 of them. And that's
so they are 2 of 5.
They're 2 of 5. Yeah. So where do the other 3 sit? I'm assuming that that's a simple majority, right? So if 3 say yes, 2 say no, it goes through? That would be my guess, but I don't know that.
The chair is Jessica Vega Peterson, and she is the one negotiating this mainly. And they are saying that they want to bring in an outside consultant with experience in negotiating public-private stadium deals in order to handle the negotiation.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's not good. again, we just continue to have more cooks in the kitchen. And
so that leads me to believe that the chair is for it.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
So again, it's just something to keep in mind. You don't need every one of these people that's yelling from the mountaintop saying that no. That doesn't mean that anything is derailed. It just means that you have certain people that are not on board with this right now. And just would encourage anyone to write your county commissioner, write your city commissioner, because the longer this goes on and the more we drag our feet and pretend that we have any kind of leverage, you just come closer to the real possibility that they just take their ball and go home. And I don't believe that is going to happen. I don't believe that is what they're trying to do. But if you F around enough, you may find out.
Yeah,
the truth. Just real quick.
Yeah,
there are more cities that want the Portland Trailblazers than the Portland Trailblazers needing the city of Portland, and that's just the truth of it.
Yeah, there's two things I would say. One is, I did read an article. I'm interested to ask Quick about this, but there was somebody making the case that, if you really look at what's available for Dundon, mm-hmm. it behooves him to get this deal done and
absolutely
stay in Portland.
Well, it's expensive for him to move.
Well, not only that, but Vegas and Seattle are off the table because they're going to be expansion teams, and expansion means big time expansion fees to the owners. So the owners aren't going to give that up.
Yeah,
and then you go to Memphis, or not Memphis,
Nashville.
Austin and Nashville, and the Grizzlies and Spurs apparently are going to try to block any NBA move there, and that leaves them with Raleigh. And that's where he's got his Hurricanes, but that arena is arguably worse than the Moda Center. So if you really look at his options, now there also is Kansas City, there is St. Louis, mm-hmm. but and who knows what those cities would be willing to roll out for Dundon. But if you really look at his options, this person was making the case that it's in his best interest, in the grand scheme of things, to get this deal done, stay in Portland, good fan base, try to win some games, make some money, and then build up the area around the arena and profit from that.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. And I can't remember the second thing. So I'm only going to give you one thing.
Yeah. And it is expensive to move, which is why I've said all along, I think this is going to get done. I think they'll figure it out.
Oh, I know what the second thing was. Sorry. The second thing is, at this stage of the game, and I know it is a lot of media posturing, the Blazers need to get to the table.
Yes.
The ball is now in their court. Look, the city council, for whatever you think of them, they have a few very legitimate points at this stage of the game, and that is, hey, where's this money going? The Blazers should be able to say, here's what we're going to do, and here's what it's going to look like. Now, they have their reasons for the holdup there, and that's fair too. It's just, again, this is why it's so hard to follow the day-to-day of it. Just let them figure it out. They will figure it out. But at this point, at least in the court of public opinion, the ball is definitely in the Blazers' court, and they need to stop just saying, well, everything's a non-starter. Well, okay, well, what do you want? I mean, the city did send them a term sheet. They don't like it. Okay, well, what do you want? This is how negotiations work. I would imagine they will be out soon with what they want, a counter, and then we get going. But until then, the city council or whoever is saying, hey, we're responding to nothing here, they have a point.
Yeah. Problem is, it sounds like the more and more you dig into this, that there was an agreement in place when they bought the team, and it's the city that went back on it. And I think that there's a lot of bad feelings. I think there's a lot of mistrust. But you're right in that the fact that neither side is willing to pony up for an architect, my God, really? That's one of the things we're debating, who's going to pay for the architect to draw up some plans. Like, this is such a small, realize this is a $4.5 billion team and we're fighting over $120 million. That's it. It's $6 million a year. That's what we're fighting over. I cannot get over that. And I'll push back a little bit when you say, like, as far as cities that don't have, their options, San Diego, St. Louis, Tampa, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Nashville, Kansas City, Austin, Columbus. All don't have NBA.
Well, Nashville and Austin, again, the Spurs, it sounds like the Spurs and Grizzlies are going to be a problem. Who else did you say in there? San Diego they don't have the stomach for it.
San Diego, St. Louis, Tampa, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Nashville, Kansas City, Austin, Columbus, all major markets that do not have NBA teams.
So Nashville, I would say Kansas City, viable. They have an arena and want a team. That would be interesting. St. Louis, I don't know what they have going on. San Diego doesn't sound like they even care.
Yeah.
Columbus, I don't know. Who else did you say in there? Austin, Nashville might be blocked.
Tampa would be one.
Tampa, that's an interesting one. I hadn't heard of them before.
Pittsburgh.
But yeah, look, that all depends on, like, if a city like Tampa or Columbus or Pittsburgh or whomever comes out of nowhere, that's the danger because they're working right now. Say, hey, do we want this? And if they really put together a package to lure a guy like Tom Dundon there, that's when it gets and Dundon will use that. I mean, if it's there, he'll use it. Doesn't mean he's leaving, but right now he doesn't have that.
I just can't believe that we're screwing around over $120 million over 6 years or over 20 years. We continue in this city to be the most ass backwards, unbusiness friendly city in America. And it's just, you would think eventually someone would look up over the last 10 to 15 years and be like, hey, what we're doing isn't necessarily working, so let's not do that. Let's do something different. And I just hope this isn't the final nail in our stupidity coffin.
So, Jason, quick on this at 5 o'clock in 1 hour, but up next it's the college football points gobbler, Will Stein, and the SEC commissioner.
McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by Reynolds Defense Firm. If you've been arrested for DUI, you need a team of attorneys that you can put your trust into. Call Reynolds Defense Firm today, online at reynoldsdefensefirm.com. First on the Fan, the Timbers have named their new head coach. 44-year-old Marty Cifuentes joins Portland on a 3-year contract through the 2028-29 season. Cifuentes has over 2 decades of coaching experience, most recently with Leicester City in the English Football League. Timbers take on FC Dallas tomorrow night in Providence Park. Coverage starts at 6:30 right here on 105.1 The Fan. In the WNBA, Portland Fire star Bridget Carlton was named a participant in the All-Star three-point contest coming up on Friday. Carlton has shot 38% from 3 so far this season and is top 5 in the W in three-pointers made per game. The Fire host the Wings in the Moda Center tomorrow night. That game airing over on 9:10 a.m. ESPN Portland starting at 6:45. And in the NFL, the Dolphins and linebacker Jordan Brooks have agreed to a 3-year, $51.3 million extension with $35 million guaranteed. Brooks is now the 6th highest paid inside linebacker in the league in terms of total contract value and average annual value. I'm Brendan Henson from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
This is the Fan Sports.
It is time for the Gabbler, 4 o'clock. Hey, we're inching toward football, dudes.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of news out there today.
You said you're, 2 weeks away from Hard Knocks?
Yeah, that's next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Or, I mean...
Well, 2 Tuesdays.
Yeah, August 4th.
Yeah.
Which is, they said it's 1 week earlier than they usually release it. I don't know why they moved it up.
I don't know.
And it makes me sad.
Couldn't tell you.
So today we have audio. Do you like audio?
Love audio.
Big audio guys here. We've got Will Stein, who has made he's made headlines. He's gone viral.
Yeah, SEC, man. They say what you will about the SEC. They know how to do a media day. They stir things up.
Well, Will Stein is, of course, the new head coach at Kentucky, former Ducks offensive coordinator. You tell me who you think he sounds like here.
On Fan.
Here now.
Here now. Here now. Here now.
Oh. Oh, my bad.
So we don't have Will Stein.
Never mind.
Sorry.
My fault.
You want to just tell me who he sounds like?
Football's football, and the only way to get better at it is to play football. They're fighting for clicks, we're fighting for wins. You don't for your helmet! You can sleep when you die.
I'm guessing you think he sounds like Dan Lanning.
If you see any good players, tell them to come here. Today, we're the ball! We don't need any extra motivation to come in and want to whoop your ass.
How about that? Primal Scream.
I think that's what happens. You have like 19 zins in one cheek.
Mama didn't raise no bitch.
How about that?
That's a good one.
What do you mean about that?
That's a good one.
Mama didn't raise no bitch.
Okay, so we don't have the clip. That's
Sorry.
my bad. A little on-air producing with Brandon there. I did not send him the Will Stein clip. Although, I will say, Brandon, if you can pull it, that would be great. It might be in the system.
It's pretty easy to find.
It's Will Stein saying how great he is.
Yeah, someone asked Will Stein why he was going to win, and he said, well, me. That's a little Pete Weber. Who do you think you are?
Yeah.
Well, I am.
Who do I think you are? Who do you think I am?
I am.
That is the greatest sports clip of all time.
Of all time.
Ever. It will never be topped.
And Will Stein, someone should co-op that.
Well, yeah, Will Stein almost did. So we're going to pull that. Okay, so we also have Greg Sankey, the SEC commissioner. So we'll get you the Will Stein clip. But Greg Sankey was talking with Brandon Marcello at SEC Media Day, and he asked him what breaking away from the NCAA really means, and it's not what the headlines are saying. So here's that clip.
The headline that's developed, like there's some breakaway being considered, that's not actually what the answer was. So what we actually talk about is conference-led change. Right. Like, should we have different policies for ourselves that make more sense, rather than simply saying we follow NCAA eligibility rules? Those conversations are real. We also understand we have a responsibility beyond just our 16. America expects March Madness to exist. They expect Cinderella story. I hate those because they're generally wins over our teams when they take place. But that attachment, that part of American culture is real. We've seen, and you saw it this year and last year in Omaha, teams that you wouldn't have expected make it through. I think that's part of the competitive expectation. I also think that if we just walked away from the NCAA, whether we're frustrated or not, we'd be back in front of Congress in the conversation. My observation to our league is that's not a priority for us. So the headline that's developed, like there's some breakaway being considered, that's not actually what the answer was. There's frustrations that inform us asking there has to be a better way, and we're trying to work to improve the system. One of the pieces of information we need to see is their movement in Congress to actually adopt a bill that helps resolve some of the chaos that people have described.
That is the most confusing clip known to man.
Because we're raving right in the middle of it? Is that why?
No, I mean, that certainly didn't help that we were raving. I don't know why we were raving.
I don't either.
But we were.
It just came with the clip.
But, I mean, the whole point of breaking away is that you do your own thing, but because you don't want to follow NCAA rules, but now you're saying that you're not going to break away, even though you're going to break away, but you have a responsibility to not break away. I don't understand what he's talking about.
Yeah, I think he's just saying, well, we're not going to go. I think the fear is that they're just going to go and do their own thing, and all the other conferences or all the other lesser schools will be left in the dust, and we won't care about them, and we'll just do our own thing and bye. I think what he's trying to say is that we're not going to do that. We need the underdogs. We need the upsets. We need the other schools.
Yeah.
It's just we want to. We think there's a better way to govern. And shockingly, we believe that we're the best ones to be able to do that.
Yeah, but I still don't understand. So if you do break away, you're going to say we're going to do our own thing, but we're still going to play with the rest of you?
Yes. I think that, I mean, that's what I interpreted him.
I don't know how any of that works, but okay. I mean.
Well, I don't think he does either. That's the whole point. Yeah. The whole point is, look, this isn't working. We got to figure this out.
Yeah, it's strange. Now, if you had the Big Ten involved, then that's a real threat because the Big Ten and the SEC together would be enough. 18, I think, in the Big Ten, 16 from the SEC. You rope in 2 or 3 others. You go get Notre Dame, you go get Florida State, you get Clemson, Miami, a couple teams like that. All of a sudden, you got a 40, 45 team super conference. That's enough. You could do that. The SEC is not enough to do it on their own. Like you can't just have those 16 teams just playing their own thing. That doesn't work. They'll actually make less money by doing that. So it's not a real threat from that standpoint.
Could you have the SEC and the Big Ten under their own governance?
Yes, I think that's a real thing.
But also play everybody else under the NCAA governance or their conference governance, and they play each other just like we see every year.
In theory, but again, everyone would have to agree to it, and I don't know. I mean, is there enough juice there that if they took their ball and went home, would everyone else agree to play by 2 different standards and 2 different economic models? And again, Sankey brought it up, and this is like, would they find themselves in front of Congress again? So if legislation passes and the SEC says, no, we're going to do our own thing anyways, does that violate this new bill that may or may not get passed? Do you get sued? I mean, this whole thing is just so convoluted, which is why seemingly the SEC is talking out of both sides of their mouth because they don't know, just like the rest of us. No one knows what this looks like. But it does feel like the SEC, there is momentum to try to get on board with some form of the SAVE Act, the Save College Sports Act, because that would give them some form of protection.
Well, he even said it in there. I think the most important thing he said was he knows that if they do their own, if they go rogue, they're right back in front of Congress.
Yes.
And so that I think leads you to believe they see the value in working with Congress to get this right.
Yeah.
So and they said that they sent them like a bunch of revisions to the act, and we talked about a little bit about that stuff yesterday.
Yeah.
Don't need to rehash it, but they added their sort of input on it, and so maybe that something comes up. Believe it or not, at first I was like, oh God, Congress, but now like Congress seems like a viable option to settle a lot of this.
I don't think it settles it the right way, and I think it's criminally unfair, and I think it screws over the kids, but it would provide some structure to it. I just don't understand how we're living in supposedly the land of the free in this capitalistic society, and yet all of a sudden we now want to go to some sort of weird socialistic model where governments are taking over industry and telling people exactly how they can and can't do things. That seems like the most un-American thing that the Southerners rave and bitch about, and states' rights and all this crap. And now all of a sudden we're like, well, now that the kids have some authority and power and we created a problem that we can't fix, and we don't want to fix it by, I don't know, actually dealing with the players, so just give me some BS anti-trust protection. No other industry could get away with this, but somehow college football is going to. That's the problem I have with it. But if Congress does pass these laws, it will settle a lot of this, because then you do have enforceable rules.
Right.
They're actually losers. It's the easiest, quickest, cheapest, dumbest way to get it done, but you're now seeing more and more people that are like, well, maybe this is, maybe this is just the path of least resistance, because no one wants to go down the ultimate way, which is having to completely change the structure of all of this.
A former Oregon Duck, now at Georgia, involved in a ATV accident.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, is that moving the right way?
What do you mean?
Well, it's no longer a car, it's an ATV.
Yeah.
So it goes from like car to motorcycle to ATV to like scooter to like e-bike. We're trending in the right way if you're Georgia.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
I mean,
yeah, it's not a car.
No.
But
So-
he's seriously hurt.
Well, that's not good.
His name is Dante Dowdle. Do you remember him?
Dante Dowdle?
He was at Oregon. And then he's a running back.
I don't remember that one.
Running back at Oregon. Then he went to Nebraska. He actually scored 12 tutties for Nebraska.
Oh.
And then
In 1 year?
Yeah, he only played 1 year there. Then he went to Kentucky, and last year he gained 560 yards for them. And now he's at Georgia, and they say he was going to be one of the key guys in their backfield, but he's been injured in an ATV accident. And Kirby Smart said they don't really know about his long-term prognosis or if he's even going to play.
That's all kinds of bad.
Yeah, not good.
Well, then maybe that's not, because ATV, e-bike, motorcycle, you're less protected than a car. So is Georgia now going to say, if you're going to do dumb things on a vehicle, make it a car because you're safer?
Well, I don't know how safe he is. I mean, I guess he's at a hospital that specializes in treatment and rehab for spinal cord and brain injuries.
Oh, my God.
So
that's awful.
Yeah.
Scary stuff.
So that bit of news came out of Georgia today. Also, the Michigan AD, finally, boy, that guy.
He gone.
I tell you what, you got to love his, he's like, I'm not leaving.
No.
You're going to have to fire me.
Yeah. And
His name's Ward Manuel.
Yeah.
He is now going to step down at the end of this year after the internal investigation into Michigan's handling of the what was the guy's name? Sharon Moore situation.
Well, and let's just say that Ward's been over a bit of some controversies there in recent years at Michigan. But yeah, it turns out that he knew about the Moore affair for quite some time. Even telling Sharon Moore to knock it off and you can't travel with her, and so.
Yeah, it says his role, the investigation identified failures to quickly and effectively act on allegations of wrongdoing by athletic department employees.
Yeah, I thought maybe there was a moment that he could skate because they win national titles, but turns out winning 2 national titles still isn't enough to save you when you're setting yourself up for massive lawsuits and institutional lack of control.
Hey, he tried to skate.
He tried,
and he gets to hang on till the end of the year.
Yeah, get a nice little severance package and.
Okay, so we've got the Will Stein audio. This Will Stein, former Ducks offensive coordinator, went viral at SEC Media Day for this.
Kentucky historically has fought against a narrative, against perception. Why do you think you can win big here?
This is going to sound like really, I think because of me, to be honest. I think because of me. I think I know what it takes. I've seen it at the highest levels. I know what it takes to recruit at this level. And you just got to believe, man. You just got to put the ball down and play. There's not really else to be said. Is it going to happen overnight? I don't know. I really don't. If I had a crystal ball, everybody in this room would be really, really rich right now. I don't. And so the best determination of if what you're doing is working is putting the ball down and playing football. And so there's going to be bumps in the road. I mentioned it in the speech. Like, I'm prepared for tough moments and tough times. I've succumbed to that in our process, right? I already do self-talk myself about, all right, How can I stay neutral? When stuff's bad, I can stay as neutral as possible and be very diplomatic in my approach.
Yeah, sound a little bit like Dr. Lanning there.
Turns out that Will Stein is great. Just ask Will Stein.
Football's football, and the only way to get better at it is to play football.
The only way to know, play football.
Hey, you got to like the confidence, right?
Well, I wonder, is he... So Kentucky is historically a place where, look, I think they've had some pretty good coaches. Yeah. And they've done, Stoops did a pretty good job there. But I don't know. I don't know what their expectations are. But you could make the case he's like the next Kenny Dillingham.
Yeah, the only difference is that it's a lot harder to win at Kentucky than it is at Arizona State. But
well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like Kentucky is starting to commit. They have a big stadium.
They've always committed. They
have fans.
Yeah.
They care. They're in the SEC. So they've got a lot going for them. It's just, I wonder why it's so hard to win there. If they just haven't had the right coach, or maybe Stoops was a really good coach and the right coach, and Kentucky held him back. I don't know. But Arizona State's been a hard place to win too.
Yes.
And Kenny Dillingham goes in there and look, let's not call him like the savior or anything, but he's done a hell of a job there.
I wanted to check. So since 1980, your Kentucky Wildcats have had 3 seasons where they've won 9 games or more. So, and to be fair, Stoops had 2 of those, right? Stoops went 10-3 twice in 2021 and in
since 1980 they had how many?
3.
2018 and 2021 were their 10-win seasons.
Yeah, they had 2 10-win seasons, and then one other time they won 9 games since 1980.
Well, to be fair as well, Arizona State since 1980, 2, 3, 4, 7.
So
a few more, but not.
And they've been and Arizona State went to some Rose Bowls, and Arizona State has been a better program than Kentucky. But you can also make the argument that it's a lot easier for Arizona State to win where they're at as opposed to Kentucky. DJ Bartu talks about this all the time. One of the problems with whether you're in Kentucky or whether you're at Mississippi State or even Ole Miss, places like that, is even if you come in and change the landscape, Missouri has this with Drinkowitz, you can do a nice job. You're always going to be the 8th or 9th most talented team in your conference. Nothing Kentucky is going to do is going to change the recruiting profile there. And you're not going to be better than Florida. You're not going to be better than Georgia. You're not going to be better than Bama. You're not going to be better than LSU. So at some point, I do think places like Kentucky have artificial ceilings that you aren't going to necessarily break through. Now, Indiana proved, FU, that changes. But that was a university with massive influx of money, and they got the 1 in a million coach. But I just think programs like Arkansas, Kentucky, Mississippi State, places like that, you're a little bound by who you are and just your surroundings. And as long as you have realistic expectations there, like expectations for Will Stein should be 7 to 8 games every year, bowl game, and then every 5 to 6 years, being a 10-win team and maybe being a sniff for a playoff. And then, I don't know, like if you make 1 playoff in a decade, I think that's a hell of a job at Kentucky. I'm sure that's not the way he views it, but I think that's realistic. And as much as we can sit here and talk about Dillingham had 1 year at Arizona State where they weren't that good, but they got hot at the end, found a way to get in to the playoff, and then last year was kind of and now we'll see where it goes from there. I mean, there was like a blip on the radar. And so to me, I always think it's important to have realistic expectations for places like Kentucky. But maybe in this new world and what Indiana did, maybe that blows it all up. But
well, I think it's a bit like I always go back to the Kansas example.
Yeah.
And it's look, Kansas isn't doing anything great, but they are finally a program that,
they're committing.
Well, they're winning.
Yeah.
And winning equals more commitment, which equals more money.
Yeah.
So, it's not as if like Indiana is really interesting because it's like they sucked, and then the kind of the system changed, and a bunch of people donate a bunch of money, they hire the right coach, and they win a national championship.
Yeah.
That is just so
it's insane.
Not going to happen anywhere else. Because Indiana has like the biggest donor base in the country, right?
Yep.
They just tapped into it. I just feel like the Kansas example is a better example where if you hire the right coach, and he starts to have success, much like Kenny Dillingham at Arizona State, Lance Leipold at Kansas, hopefully Jamarcus Shepard at Oregon State. Once they start winning or showing progress, it's not like you're winning national championships right away.
Yeah.
That's when the juice gets flowing and people start to help you out. And that didn't happen at Indiana, I don't think. Or maybe it did. Maybe they hired Signetti and then they started winning right away, and that's when the money came. I don't know when it actually coincides with their wins.
Yeah.
But if Will Stein can get some juice going there, like Kenny Dillingham, Kentucky is a school that has a lot of that has a large donor base.
Just all goes to basketball.
That could step up and help them. So I don't know. It's interesting, the comparison to Arizona State. It's kind of similar.
I can see it.
But it's a tougher.
I think it's a tougher
league.
Yes.
But it's a bigger school with, I think, more care.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to have people caring. It sounds like Dillingham, though, has done a really good job of getting people to care at Arizona State.
He tries.
But I think they already care at Kentucky. It's just Will Stein's going to have to win, and we'll see what that does to their NAL budgets. And
I'll make a prediction. Will Stein's fired in 3 years.
Oh, wow.
That's just 3 to 4 years. That's just kind of the nature of the beast.
Do you believe?
I think he's got a good chance to stay. One, because it sounds like they have, as crazy as they are in the SEC, it sounds like they have somewhat realistic expectations. I mean, they held on to Mark Stoops for many years.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're the type to turn and burn. But two, he's already done a really good job recruiting, and he got a good quarterback in there, and I feel like that gives him a pretty good chance. But the SEC is so tough.
Yep.
That's going to be the hard part. I just wonder what their expectations are.
And I did look. Kentucky has. I'll have to maybe amend that because Kentucky has done a nice job. They actually do not fire their coach.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they've stayed the course a little bit more.
Yeah, give me their coach. So they had
Stoops, and then before that
but Stoops was there for at least 10 years.
Yeah, Stoops was there for a long time.
Yeah,
and then Joker Phillips was there for 4. Rich Brooks was there for looks like 8 or 9. Guy Morris, Hal Mummy. Bill Curry was there for, so they have not got rid of guys after 3 or 4 years. So maybe Stein gets a little more slack on the leash.
Yeah, and if he wins, then maybe more money rolls in. Yeah, I think he stays. I think he'll do a good job there. Just listen to him.
Yeah, I just think Kentucky's a bad job.
Cocky guy.
I think places like that are really hard, but this is a different world of college football that we're living in.
And that is your college football points gabbler.
Who do you think I am?
You're supposed to say num 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 num.
Num num num.
Come on, man.
Sorry, I was reading through Kentucky football history.
It's hot, isn't it?
No, it's not.
I'm gonna have them send me the Kentucky Football Media Guide.
They do not, but
and we are gonna read it on the air.
I got in there. I didn't know Hal Mummy was their coach, and so
that's where Mike Leach got his start, right?
Yeah, I got into some Hal Mummy, and I was like, oh my god, and then I just
maybe not.
I didn't know all the. No, I do think Mike
Leach was under Hal Mummy there.
I think he was at Kentucky. Yes, I do believe he was part of those staffs.
All right, in the Nuez is next. I have a Wilt follow-up, and the Timbers have a new coach next.
McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the Timbers have named their new head coach. 44-year-old Marty Cifuentes joins Portland on a 3-year contract through the 2028-29 season. Cifuentes has over 2 decades of coaching experience, most recently with Leicester City in the English Football League. Timbers take on FC Dallas tomorrow night. Coverage starts at 6:30 right here on 105.1 The Fan. In the WNBA, Portland Fire star Bridget Carlton was named a participant in the All-Star three-point contest coming up on Friday. Carlton has shot 38% from 3 so far this season and is top 5 in the W in three-pointers made per game. The Fire host the Wings in the Moda Center tomorrow night. That game airing over on 9:10 a.m. ESPN Portland starting at 6:45. And in the NFL, the Dolphins and linebacker Jordan Brooks have agreed to a 3-year, $51.3 million extension with $35 million guaranteed. Brooks is now the 6th highest paid inside linebacker in the league in terms of total contract value and average annual value. I'm Brandon Henson from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom, call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
This is the Fan Sports.
That's me on the keys. Although, of course, my music is all copyright free.
It's for the people.
For anyone.
It is.
That's right.
You're a man of the people. Your music is for the people.
This is a hit called Brass Authority.
This doesn't sound like Brass Authority to me.
Very authoritative.
See, and that's the thing. It doesn't sound like authoritarian music. Does anyone feel controlled by this?
No.
I do not.
No.
I want my authoritarian music to be a little more, well, authoritarian.
Yeah. I'll do better next time.
Yeah, that sounds more like brass spittoon. I don't know. It's like,
I've got some new beats coming our way tomorrow.
Well, Stevie Fire is, he hasn't been in the beat lab for a while. He's been slacking in Tahoe,
right.
for God's sakes.
Yeah. Fire back on Thursday, from what I hear. By the way, a quick note, we're going to be out at the Kingston tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I was just talking to Patrick Harris, who's over there, because he works here and stuff. And he says he's going to drop by our set tomorrow.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Talking some Timbers?
We're going to have some beers.
We're talking about the new Timbers coach?
Have some brewskis. Yes, there is a new Timbers coach.
Yeah.
It is July 21, 2026. Time now for In the News. I'm your noted and humble newsman. Thank you. It's brought to you by the Advocates, injury attorneys at advocateslaw.com. Today is legal drinking age day.
Oh.
So 21.
So we're celebrating that?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't understand 21. It's confusing to me.
Yeah.
So at 18...
Kind of arbitrary.
Well, at 18, you can go sell your body on video. We can send you to war and give you a gun, and you can go kill someone or die. But you can't drink a beer.
That's right.
Seems odd to me.
Well, you can drink a beer.
But it would be illegal.
Technically.
So at 18, you can sign up to go fight in a war and die.
Yeah.
But you're not allowed to have a
Get all high tea.
You're not allowed to have a high life. I think the high tea is only for men over 30.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, I think that's when the military is going to start testing. At 18, can you go in and be like, I'm high tea now, but I want to be higher tea?
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah, why not?
But don't drink.
Right.
Seems a bit ass backwards to me. Just saying. But cool rules, everybody. Cool rules. Has that, by the way, ever worked in the history of drinking and or people?
What? An age?
Well,
I think it works on some people.
Does it?
Yeah. I think some people wait till they're over 21. Not many, but
Really?
it's happened. Did you, Brandon? Brandon, a young...
Still waiting.
Yeah. He has to say that. I see it in his eyes.
Never, not one, huh?
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You're a Gold Star member, huh?
Truthfully, you've never had a drink.
Been sober my whole life.
Never had a sip?
Whoa. So sober's different than having a drink.
Been sober my whole life.
Oh, so he's had a drink.
I feel like there's semantics going on there.
Oh. So he had a drinking problem.
No antics.
I feel like that, yeah. Again, being sober doesn't, I can have a beer and I'm sober. You've never had a sip of alcohol.
No.
Damn, dude. I kind of believe him.
I do too. But at the same time, I don't.
All right.
Do you know anyone that's actually waited till their 21st birthday?
Well,
I can't say that.
I don't
three,
often pry about that. Like, I don't know.
Oh, that's
like,
true.
You know what I mean? Like,
well, I have 3 kids, and I can tell you, none of them waited till they were 21.
I know mine didn't.
I didn't wait till I was 21. That I just like. I think if you're going to drink, you don't. It's not like all of a sudden you're like, I'm a non-drinker. Oh, I turned 21 and I'm going to drink at 21. That just seems like a weird. Seems like a weird line. And yeah, most of you go elsewhere in the world, no one has a. It's not 21. The rest of the world.
No, it's 18.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know that only came about in 1984, at least standardized nationally. Did you know that?
I did not.
It was that late?
Well, I was like 6, so I was not aware of drinking rules. Now, granted, I think I had my first drink at like maybe 13 or 14. I wasn't 6.
So it was 18 or 19 in the 70s in some states. Many states.
Yeah.
But in 84. So apparently there was a rise in traffic fatalities.
And that's where we...
Yeah. So they moved it back to 21, standardized nationally on July 17th of 1984.
Well, I do know that there's those ads, or like not ads, but like the commercials about when they outlawed drinking and driving, and the people are livid about it. That's crazy.
Yeah, that came from the 80s.
Yeah, the 80s. Someone's like, "What? I can't go to work and have a few beers on my way home. What the hell?" It was wild back in the 70s, man.
You remember Grandpa? You get in his truck. Say, how long is it going to take to get there, Grandpa? He's like, about 2 beers.
About 2 beers. That was just kind of the way it operated.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
It's a simpler time.
Yeah. Beer hooking, throwing them out the window, trying to land in the back of the cab.
It is also National Junk Food Day. Don't eat junk food.
No.
Or try not to.
Well, which is like, I'd make the argument, if you're going to drink or eat junk food, you're better off probably having a few drinks.
I agree with that assessment. And as doctors, you can take that to the bank.
Boom.
There you go, Brandon.
And not sober on junk food. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's your go-to junk food?
Barbecue chips.
Any kind?
That's a quality.
I was Lay's for most of my life, but I've recently discovered that Trader Joe's has basically made a copycat that's just as good and cheaper. So that is my go-to.
The Casey Masterpiece, I believe, is what you're
Yes.
referring to. It's a fine chip.
Do you like the kettle barbecue?
They're okay.
They're okay.
They
also
have
depends on
ridges.
who does it.
The kettle doesn't have ridges.
It doesn't?
No.
What's the one with ridge that's like a little bit more
That's a ruffle.
ruffle?
Now the ruffle the ruffle is a delightful chip, but if you're getting a ruffle, it's not the barbecue.
No,
the
it's
ruffle, it's the sour cream and cheddar.
And sour cream. Yep. Mm-hmm.
You bring me a barbecue ruffle, I'm gonna look right at you and be like, "What are we doing?" Now you bring me the Casey Masterpiece, that's great. But yeah, if you're bringing me a ruffle, it better be a sour cream and cheddar. Maybe a sour cream and onion, only if like they didn't have the cheddar. But the barbecue,
Or just regular for me to dip.
Yeah. The barbecue the barbecue ruffle, they have not perfected.
How many fan personalities, if handed a Miller High Life and a bag of barbecue Lays, are choosing the barbecue Lays?
It might just be me.
We have one.
We
we have 2?
I think Danny doesn't drink.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think you're right.
I think Danny claims sobriety, so I think he would go chip. Anyway, Patrick...
no, he's having the beer.
Patrick would probably grind up the chips and put it in the beer.
God.
I love Patrick. No, I think that's probably it, right? Oh, Stevie Fire.
Yeah, non-drinker. You're right. Yeah.
You got 3.
Nice.
You have some...
There's the trio.
Some compadres.
Unless someone hates Miller High Life, which I don't know why you would. It's a delightful beverage. It's the champagne of beers.
Well, it is hot out there. We mentioned it is also hazy.
Yeah.
And they're saying that smoke that you see out there is from numerous wildfires currently burning in central and eastern Oregon. And a lot of it coming from the lightning strikes of the past couple of weeks.
And our lack of raking of the forest as well. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, that's true.
If we're not raking the forest, and we're also not turning on the water. Remember? All you had to do is turn on the water and then no more fires. That and the raking. But I think we've eliminated the water spout and the raking.
Timbers do have a new coach. His name is Marty Cifuentes.
Yes.
Did I get that right?
I believe you are correct.
Yeah.
Although I'd like you to swag it up for me if you would.
Cifuentes.
There you go. It sounds like a fun name.
Where's he from?
I believe he's a Spaniard.
Ah, he must be happy about his...
I would assume.
His World Cup victory.
His World Cup. By the way, the World Cup's so big, apparently the streetmen are acknowledging it now.
Yeah, they wearing jerseys?
No, but I had an encounter with a streetman yesterday involving a bag of urine and Spain. It was an interesting thing. But apparently the World Cup is so big that the word is spread to the streetmen. And they're celebrating. Maybe with a bag of urine. This is very strange. But yeah, he's a Spaniard, and I believe he coached
44 years old.
Leicester City, is it?
Yeah. That's the team that came out of nowhere and won the title one
year?
year?
Yeah, I think so.
Like one of the biggest upsets in
I don't
sports
know if
history?
he was the coach, but I do believe that is the team that did it.
I would like for you to, next segment, please,
break
down his coaching style.
See what I can do.
And how they will play.
Can I just talk about his fun name? Because I think it's a fun
Cifuentes.
name. And they were calling him Marty Supreme, who is an awful movie character, but I liked the movie, and I kind of liked the name Marty Supreme.
Great name.
So we got Shawarma with the fire. I feel like I'm just going to call him Marty Supreme.
Like Oswego.
Plus, I love Chalamet, who plays Marty Supreme, so I'm going with that.
I actually liked that movie.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good flick.
Chalamet's good.
Yeah, he's just not he's not a good guy.
Well, hopefully he'll. Wait, who?
Marty Supreme.
Oh yeah, I thought you meant
No,
Chalamet's
no,
not a good guy.
no.
Like, wait, what?
I love Chalamet.
He's great.
Space Jesus, for God's sakes. Dune 3 coming out in December.
What was I going to say? Oh, hopefully he coaches them like the Spain national team, and then they'll be good.
Yeah, just do that.
Do that.
Here's my suggestion. Put on film of the Spanish team and be like, hey, guys, do that. Problem solved.
Merritt Paulson said this has been by far the most detailed and exhaustive head coaching search the Timbers have ever executed, and we are thrilled to have the process culminate in Marty Supreme taking the reins of our club.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, coming off that beatdown of Seattle, look, sky's the limit.
Now, does he start right away then? Is that a stupid question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe he's waiting on his visa, and then he'll join the team when he gets over.
All right. Fantastic. Okay. Coming up next. Oh, I have an update on Wilt Jersey. You remember Wilt Jersey?
Oh, yeah. The Goodwill.
Yeah, the Lakers. Oh, it wasn't a jersey. I think it was a warm-up.
It was a warm-up.
Yeah, that's sold.
Yeah.
And we'll tell you how much the kid got next.
Yeah.
You know, someone texted something in that I've never thought of, especially now as an old. But they said, because we were talking about it's National Drinking Age Day.
Yeah.
And they said it is kind of nice not having a bunch of 18-year-olds in the bar.
It's a valid point.
Never have thought of that once.
No.
But that is a great point.
Yes.
Because there is a big difference between 18 and 19-year-olds and 21 and 22-year-olds.
Well, I'll make the argument. It's nice. Like, I don't go to bars where there's a lot of 21-year-olds. Like, those are two... a 21-year-old bar and a 40-year-old bar, those are very different bars.
Right, but think about an 18-year-old
yeah.
and 19-year-old.
It's like going to Jiggles. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, it might make you think better of the 21 and 22-year-olds.
Yeah, that's true.
You know.
Yeah, valid point.
And then they start letting 14-year-olds in there.
Well, that's like if you're ever in Europe, you go to Scotland, it's a weird thing because you see like...
Well, when we were in Italy, my kid was 15.
Yeah.
And we let him...
Yeah, no one cares.
We let him have a beer.
Yeah. When I lived over in Scotland, you would go to a pub and you would see kids that were like in there with their dad, or the best part is like the kid driving the dad home, or it's a different way of life over there.
It is July 21, 2026. This is In the News. Thank you. Your noted newsman here. Will Chamberlain, the Lakers jacket found by the teen at Goodwill. We talked about this. The kid who just kind of goes around to Goodwill outlet stores and bins.
Yeah, you dig through those bins. It turns out I was talking to my buddy about this. His kid does that.
Yeah.
I guess that's like, if you want the good stuff, you got to go to the bins.
Yeah, because that's different.
Yeah.
The Goodwill outlet is different than the actual Goodwill store.
Supposedly by the time it gets to you won't find anything really unique in the store. You got it because
it's already been sifted.
It's already been sifted through.
Yeah, so the Goodwill outlet stores, I guess what they do is they put a bunch of bins out, and you can just take whatever you want for a certain price or something.
Yeah,
is that what it is?
Well, I think you can buy it by the bulk, but a lot of those you can dig through them.
Yeah,
it's just a free for all.
Yeah. So this guy Quinn Brown, he was eyeing a massive bin of clothes at a Goodwill outlet store outside of Portland back in January, and he saw a Lakers jacket with Chamberlain's name on it.
Yeah, one of those old classic Laker warm-up jackets.
And somebody tossed it aside, and he was like, "Whoa!" And he saw that, and he resells used clothes online and stuff, and so he quickly grabbed it. The jacket, and we talked about this a couple weeks ago when it happened, but the jacket was auctioned by Sotheby's, which had estimated its value between $150,000 and $250,000.
Yeah, this was the auction we were talking about while you were gone. Sotheby's had a big auction last week, and this was part of it.
It received a total of 48 bids, and he was able to get $88,000 US.
Yeah, and then they're going to take their percentage of it and all that. So it wasn't quite the windfall maybe that some people thought. Still pretty awesome.
I mean, dude.
He paid $3 for it.
Yeah. $307.
$307. Sorry. But there were some people that were saying that I think could go for huge money, and it went for good money.
He got $89,600.
Yeah.
Good little deal.
More people going to go to Goodwill?
Yes. You know that. Exactly. You know more people are going to go start hunting for things like that at Goodwill.
When I always think about one, I'm not sifting through anything, and two, there's people that do that like on the regular. They're going to beat you in anything good. It's like it's like going to a yard sale. Every weekend I ride my bike by all these yard sales, and I never think to stop in because I figure anything that's good is gone by 7 a.m. because Gertrude is out.
Yeah, she knows the routine.
She
knows how to do it.
Yeah.
She has the playbook.
Yes.
It's a bit like the guy who catches home run balls.
Yeah, that Zach Hampel douche.
Yeah, you're not going to catch a home run ball. He's going to get it.
He's going to get it.
Because that's what he does.
Yeah. You have to be out like early, and I'm guessing people probably know when the Goodwill bins get folded up, or when they there's got to be a day and a time where if you want the good stuff, you show up. In Utah, they have their own Goodwill. It's called Deseret Industries, and everyone would put out their stuff like on a Tuesday down on the curb, and they would come pick it up. So as a college kid, you would get in your buddy's truck, and you would just drive around Tuesday night, and you could get whatever you wanted for free. I think it was probably pretty unethical. I don't know if it was necessarily illegal, but I don't think I ever bought a piece of furniture in my life in Utah. I would just drive around and pick up the stuff off the curb.
Here's somebody who said he worked at the bins. when he was 18, bulk donations show up by the truckload. We sorted the donated items based off of type, electronics, clothes, etc. We wheel the bins out. The maniacs dig through the bins and just pay by weight.
Oh, see, yeah.
But that.
You're not getting anything good. The Zach Hampels of the world are going to beat you to it.
Nearly a year after a driver barreled down Northeast MLK Boulevard, killing a pedestrian and injuring several others, newly obtained police reports reveal what investigators believe caused the deadly chain of crashes. This is out of the OMG department.
Yeah.
Reports show the driver, 60-year-old Curtis Leroy Palmer, lost control after his right prosthetic foot became trapped beneath or between the pedals of his Ford Escape, causing unintended acceleration.
Oh boy. Well, that's why they tell you you're not supposed to drive with like flip-flops, because your flip-flop can slip off and get wedged. In fact, I don't know if it's illegal, but I think it's highly discouraged from driving in flip-flops.
I drive in flip-flops all the time.
Yeah, they tell you to take it off and go barefootsies.
Well, sometimes I do that.
Yeah. I like doing that because then you can just drive with the big toe. I'm a big fan of just the big toe accelerator.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got you get a shoe wedged under though. You're in a world of hurt.
Dude, that's awful.
Terrible.
Apparently, he tried to free the prosthetic. He was unable to do so.
At that point, don't you just gotta like throw the e-brake and try to like?
Well, you know what they said that he didn't do? So he had prosthetics on both of his legs.
Maybe he shouldn't be driving?
He did not attempt to brake with his left prosthetic leg.
Oh.
He didn't.
He never attempted to brake?
No. According to the investigators.
That doesn't seem good.
He attempted to steer around stop traffic and toward what he believed was an open section of sidewalk, unaware pedestrians were there.
That's terrible. Well, at that point, you're probably panicked, right? Like,
sure, you're trying to do the best you can.
Yeah.
But yeah, why don't you brake with your left?
Well, again, e-brake. Just
or that.
Throw the e-brake, or I don't know. That's easy for us to say because we're not the one with a prosthetic leg wedged under the accelerator, and anytime you see videos of an accident, you always do the same thing. Why didn't you? Oh, I don't know, because maybe I was in the midst of a freaking crisis.
And that is in the news, July 21, 2026, brought to you by the Advocates Injury Attorneys at advocateslaw.com. We're going to call Jason Quick coming up next, and we're going to get his take on what's going on with the Moda Center renovation negotiations. That when we return here on 105.1 The Fan.
Got George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on the Fan, the Timbers have named their new head coach. 44-year-old Marty Cifuentes joins Portland on a 3-year contract through the 2028-29 season. Cifuentes has over 2 decades of coaching experience, most recently with Leicester City in the English Football League. Timbers take on FC Dallas tomorrow night. Coverage starts at 6:30 right here on 105.1 The Fan. In the WNBA, Portland Fire star Bridget Carlton was named a participant in the All-Star three-point contest coming up on Friday. Carlton has shot 38% from 3 so far this season and is top 5 in the W in three-pointers made per game. The Fire host the Wings in the Moda Center tomorrow night. That game airing over on 9:10 a.m. ESPN Portland starting at 6:45. And in the NFL, the Dolphins and linebacker Jordan Brooks have agreed to a 3-year, $51.3 million extension with $35 million guaranteed. Brooks is now the 6th highest paid inside linebacker in the league in terms of total contract value and average annual value. I'm Brendan Henson from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
This is the Fan Sports Network.
Welcome back. Hope you're having a nice little Tuesday. Staying cool. Beating the heat, as they say. We are your sportsmen. My name, Isaac. Hello. Big Sue right over there.
Right here.
Look at him. Brandon's in. This is his final day. He says
Yes,
he doesn't.
sir.
Yeah. Thank you for filling in, by the way,
No problem.
for Steven.
Happy to do it.
Brandon is, as you can see, we have a hard time calming him down.
Yeah.
So hard.
He's
But
just
I
a
tell you
bundle
what,
of energy.
He really is, but, he says he doesn't drink, but I think maybe he will after filling in for Steven for a week.
It's possible. Maybe a massive drug habit coming down the road.
If anyone can drive Brandon to drink, it's this show. So
Friday was close, Suk. I just want you to know that.
Should have done the penis eating story.
That would have probably done it.
So disappointing. He goes home and cries with on his wife's shoulder. Then they have a
quick
family
note.
home evening and everyone's happy again.
Tomorrow we're out at the Kingston. Make sure to join us out there. We'll be out there for the Timbers game. We'll be out there with our show 3 to 7. That's right across from Providence Park. So come check it out and hang with us. Have some brewskis and maybe even some cocktails.
Yeah, well, I would think so. I mean, we start with a beer or two, but eventually you know where that's headed.
Okay, so now we got to get into the Moda Center renovation.
Kerfuffle, if you will.
Yeah, the negotiations. Returning to our program now. Can you believe this?
Triumphant return.
Yes, it's been a long time. It is Jason Quick of The Athletic. Oh, my God. What's up, dude?
Hi, Isaac. Hi, Jason. It's been a long time.
Why are you being a smartass?
I'm just saying, it has been a long time. I miss you guys.
I know, I miss you too. Why have you not been on our show?
I don't know what I'd have to offer from a local perspective. I've been kind of doing more NBA type stories, so I didn't really have much to offer you guys.
Oh, all right. That's cool.
That kind of solid. Rob's like, fine.
Yeah, okay. I guess
But it sounds like you're circling back. You go where things interest you, and it sounds like this is starting to get interesting to you again.
Well, I think more annoying than anything. I don't see how the Blazers come off as anything but petty and silly in this right now. Look, the city is willing to do a deal, wants to do a deal, but like every governing body, if they're going to allocate money, you have to have a simple meeting where you say, this is how we're going to spend the money. And the Blazers aren't doing that simple task. They are not engaging. They're pouting because they felt like they had a deal in March, and they're basically crossing their arms and huffing and puffing and saying, no, we're not going to meet with you guys. And I just think it's completely silly. I think there's a lot of posturing, a lot of chest thumping, a lot of trying to look tough by politicians and by the Blazers. No one wants to look like they're the chump in this. But long story short, I think this is going to get solved. I really do. I think that both sides want to get it done. But I think we're in for a couple more ugly rounds of name calling and threats and this and that.
So far, it seems to me, maybe wrong, but it seems to me there's very little Tom Dundon here. And the Blazers side, when I read your stuff, and Jason has 2 new pieces out, one last night and one the night before, so you should check those out on the latest. But on the Blazers side, it's always a spokesperson. Like, who is involved on the Blazers side?
Well, Dwayne Hankins, the president, is kind of leading everything. But Dundon's driving this. I mean, there's no question. Everything going on in this organization right now, Dundon is driving. And, but in like everything that Tom Dundon seemingly touches, it becomes a mess. I mean, every single thing since he has taken over the Blazers, he has gotten in the way. It's the play-in. The Blazers are in the play-in. Oh, we check out of the hotel early, rankling some employees. Oh, it's the playoffs. Isn't this awesome? Yeah, but we're not bringing two-way players. Oh, great, we hire a coach. Yeah, but we're going to be cheapskates and only give him 1 year and a low-paying wage. Oh, we win the Stanley Cup. Yeah, but I'm going to leave off a player and a equipment guy and put my family on there. And, now we get to the negotiations and they're being babies and not coming to the table. And I just don't understand it. The city wants to give them the money. I really think they do. And I think they're being creative. They're even talking about using the Clean Air Fund. I think that's really big of the city to say, hey, let's explore this. Make your case to the committee, the 9-person committee, and show how, you can get rid of the diesel generators, how you can revamp the heating and cooling system to be more energy efficient. That would satisfy the committee and allow them to release those funds. But for some reason, they're, hung up on all this. Well, you threatened to sue us and we don't have an architect and we want you guys to help us hire an architect. I mean, that's when I knew this was getting ridiculous and they were posturing, or maybe they don't even want a deal because, come on, the whole architect thing, they have known for 6 months, once they got the state money, a commitment for it, they could have hired an architect there. And sure, yeah, they would probably have to pay for it up front, but they could work that into the agreement with the city if they're really that hard up about, whatever it would cost, $2 million, $3 million to hire an architect. So they're really being petty. From my point of view, do you guys see it that way?
Well, yes. I mean, at this point, it's like the city has said what they wanted. So when do we know what the Blazers want? I guess where my mind goes.
And that's another thing, Isaac, is that early on in, discussions in February, March, the city was talking about way more stuff about street pricing, beverage tax, rent, all that stuff. And none of that was in the turn list. They didn't have any of that. So the city really conceded and didn't go as heavy as they initially talked about. So I just don't get it. And also, a term sheet is a starting point for negotiating.
Exactly.
So for them to just be like, this is a non-starter, nope. Come on, let's negotiate. Come to the table. Come to meetings. Make your case so we know what you're doing.
Right, and I think Dunphy even said this will not be the final deal by any means, but they have to get them to the table in order to negotiate. Yeah. So I guess where my mind goes with this, and by the way, this is Jason Quick of The Athletic. And we have tried very hard not to be the fear mongers here. Tried to be fair. We've had 2 city councilors on, Dan Ryan and Candace Avalos. We're having you on. We're trying to be as informed as we can, but I can't help but ask this question for the people who have always thought this way. And it is that you said Tom Dundon is driving this. Well, Tom Dundon is nowhere to be found, really, in any of the quotes. So he's driving this, and if they're playing hardball like this, that leads me down the road of he doesn't really want a deal, and he wants to move the team, and that's what a lot of people are thinking. Do you have anything to quell that notion?
Nothing concrete. One, I saw something from a reporter in Raleigh, where he owns the hockey team. And when they went through this whole business with arena lease negotiations and stuff, Tom likes to do it not in the media. So that's why you're not hearing him talking. Okay. He likes to keep the negotiations private, behind closed doors, and I think that's pretty professional. What I have been told by people who are in meetings with him is that he has never once mentioned moving the team. Yeah. And, there are high-ranking Blazers officials who say, I don't feel he does. If he did, I would not work for the team because it would just be a conflict of interest. Why would I want to work for a guy who doesn't want the team to be in Portland? And that's the thing that, there's a lot of good people over at the Blazers, a lot of people who have their roots here in Oregon, in Portland. And, so that resonated with me when they're like, if I really felt he was trying to move the team, I would quit. But I don't necessarily trust this guy. I really don't. From the first day I met him in Los Angeles when he bought the team, there's an arrogance. There is I'm smarter than everybody. There is I don't care what people think. I don't care what people feel. And I just don't feel like he's ever connected with Portland. I think he looks at us as a small town that is a difficult place to do business, which is probably correct. But you know what? You're the one who chose to buy this team. And it would be nice. I think it would go a long way if he would just engage, communicate a little more his intentions. I mean, he has been given a litany of opportunities to say, I am not moving this team. I want to make it work here. I don't know if he views that, that would give up some of his leverage or whatever, but he has been given every opportunity to say, I want to stay. We're not moving. That's ridiculous. But he doesn't. So I don't know. I don't have a great feeling about him overall, but I'm not willing to say he's looking to move the team.
Yeah, it's that guy could use a lesson in PR civility. PR. But yeah. The thing that I always push back on because that does seem to be a lot of people's prevailing notion that he wanted to move the team all along. They had a deal. It sounds like they had the framework of a deal that they believed and the NBA believed was done. And if that deal was honored, this is over. So that's where I push back a little bit, is it sure feels like the NBA, the Blazers, the county, and the state were all on board, and then the city looked and said, no, we want to talk about this further. So I don't understand how you can say that he was going to move the team. I'm not saying you, but people say he was going to move the team when there was a deal in place that this didn't, whether you think it's fair or not, had they gone by the letter of what they roughly agreed to, we're not in this situation.
Right. Well, and here's the ironic thing. He's bent out of shape that a handshake agreement was broken by the city. Yeah. Right? Yeah. They think they had a deal done in March. Well, he did the same thing to the American Alliance Football League.
That's true.
He had a handshake thing, and they were sued. He committed to give $250 million to the league, went and publicly said, I'm giving $250 million in like 17 different interviews in the court papers, it says, saying in public, I'm going to give $250 million. He ended up giving $69.7 million and was sued by the AAF. He didn't end up, he ended up kind of winning that. I mean, I think he had to pay $1, but because they said there was nothing binding in their agreement. There was no written signature, but he's basically doing the same thing that, he's crying over, a handshake agreement. You're not honoring a handshake agreement. He didn't honor a handshake agreement with the AAF. So it cuts both ways. And if he's been around long enough in business, he's dealt with city councils and with state entities. He is absolutely crazy to think that the city wouldn't do its due diligence and go through the process of, okay, how is this money being spent? When are you going to spend it? Why do you need it? They want to feel good about how they're doing. I mean, they have to answer to a lot of voters, and a lot of voters don't give a crap about the Blazers and think it's ludicrous to give millions of dollars at a time when a bunch of other social services are being cut or are in need. Personally, I think it's valuable to a community. I think it's essential that, maybe not essential, but it's important for a community to have a professional sports team like the Blazers, especially one that is so deeply rooted. So it blows my mind that he can't wrap his mind around the fact that the city council wants to ask questions and see documentation and ideas of how they plan on spending the money. If he thinks they were just going to give him, all this money and not have to explain how he's using it, he's crazy.
Well, 2/3 of them were willing to do it. So
yeah,
the
state was. Yeah,
the state and the county were. So, but ultimately, it's like I circle back to what you said. I'm on the other side of this a little bit. I mean, I certainly see all the points, and I think he's handled this beyond piss poor. The way the city has handled it just drives me crazy. I think the posturing and the grandstanding over essentially $6 million a year for 20 years in an $8.7 billion budget, it's staggering to me that we're on the verge of possibly pissing this thing away. It's the most Portland thing ever. But everyone that I've read, and I haven't talked to nearly as many people as obviously people like you that are digging around, but everyone seems to be, despite the turbulent nature of it, same thing in Raleigh, everyone seems to believe that this will get across the finish line. It's just going to be kind of ugly, and there may be some hurt feelings for a while.
That's how I feel, Jason. I really do. In talking to people, I think there's enough level-headed people involved in this process on both sides who want to get this done and who see the value in getting this done. I don't think both sides are going to be happy about it. I think there's going to be hurt feelings on both sides, and there's going to be some begrudging concessions, but I think it eventually gets done. I really, really do. I wish I could tell you exactly why, other than people on both sides have told me, yeah, it's really ugly right now. It looks bleak right now. We're very far apart right now, but I think it's going to get done. I've heard that from both sides who say, I still think it's going to get done, as bleak as it looks right now.
Do you think there's permanent damage? Because I do talk to a lot of fans, and in 25 years of doing this, there's been a lot of unpopular Blazers. Paul Allen at one point, Steve Patterson, Bonzi Wells, Bob Whitsitt. There's been a lot of unpopular Blazers. If I had to rank my most unpopular Blazer figures, Tom Dundon right now, I don't know if he's gold, but I think he's on the medal stand. And it has not been good.
I don't think it's close. I don't even think it's close. He's far and away made himself the biggest villain in Blazer history, I think.
Does this have lasting deal, or let's assume the deal gets done, because we all think it's going to get done. Does this have lasting impact? First, would it very hard to make a second first impression, or whatever the phrase is?
I don't know. I think like everything else, it's gonna boil down to how all this translates to the court. And I'm still willing to give him a benefit of the doubt and see how he operates from a transactional standpoint in putting together a team, going into the tax. If he can build a winner, then I think people will forget, or some of that stink will be masked a little bit. So I think ultimately that is going to be his legacy, is, could he win? But right now, he's got a tough reputation to overcome, because he has not he just hasn't been very accepting of the team he bought or the community he bought into.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Which
I
is
think
fine.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that's the way they do business
Whatever.
down there.
Yeah.
He's a Texas businessman. You know, those guys.
Yeah.
I've talked to a lot of people who say that's just how they roll, and Portland's not used to it.
Yeah, but come January 17th, the Blazers are 42-17 and rolling.
Yep.
I don't think much people are going to be talking about Tom Dundon.
Agreed, because it sounds like he'll stay
away
behind the curtain no matter what.
Yeah.
And that's probably smart.
But if he continues to, cut corners like he did on Micah Nori's contract and, is not willing to go into the tax, then I think it becomes a mountain that's insurmountable for him to overcome.
Last thing for you, this is Jason Quick of The Athletic. Do you have any thoughts or feelings or information on the county now? I guess we were talking earlier, there's a couple county commissioners who are now backtracking a bit. What do you think of that?
Billy Ballbuster Orem at the Oregon.
Bill Ballbuster Orem.
He's become a He's become a hated man too.
What's that guy doing over there?
He's busting balls. Bill's a great journalist. Bill's a great journalist, and he has been all over this story since March. And, nobody has covered the Tom Dundon arena lease stuff better than Bill, and he's really tied into it. And today I saw he's got two county commissioners who are looking to reduce their contributions. I think it was $88 million, and now they're thinking 65 or something. Now we're getting into dangerous territory. I think that's another thing that will make the Blazers recoil and make them more angry. But I think what we need is a mediator. We need to get all these people in one room and talk it out. 3 hours, just 3 hours, and let's talk about this and have a mediator in there, to have only one person talking at one time. But because right now it's just crazy and the Blazers aren't engaging. I think that is a huge factor in all of this because it's hard to negotiate or hold negotiations when only one side is coming to the table.
Couldn't agree more. Yeah.
So it's really frustrating. I think I just don't think anyone's coming off very well in this situation.
Yeah, they had a real chance to come on. We've been here long enough. The city council, in many people's eyes, is a joke. So easily, people were siding with the Blazers all along. They had a real opportunity to be like, hey, city council, don't screw this up. Well, now it's flipped to the city council's come out and be like, hey, we're trying for you. And now the Blazers look like asshats. Yes. And they didn't have to. Like they had the city in the palm of their hand because they really have the leverage here. And now they've screwed it up and they look like the a-holes. It's
really frustrating.
Unbelievable.
It's stunning to me how the Blazers are acting right now.
Wow.
Have you heard anything about maybe Burt Cold whispering in people's ear?
Well, I know he's still part of the board. He is until September of 26 when the 20% gets purchased.
No.
So they had a board meeting yesterday, so I'm sure he was in that board meeting. How much he's whispering or how much his voice is valued, I don't know. But knowing Tom Dundon, I don't think he would value much of what Burt Cold says.
Well, that's reassuring.
That makes me happy.
Yeah.
All right, sir. Well, hey, great proof of life here. Haven't seen you in a while. Didn't know.
Yeah.
But good stuff.
I am absolutely dreading Suk's wedding.
What? What are you talking
There's
about?
No wedding.
There's no wedding.
What is that?
Weddings?
What do you mean?
Shoot.
What?
Is this not supposed to be public?
You are the first to eat. What? It's gotten awkward.
I'm dreading it.
You're dreading it? What are you dreading?
Yes, because I am a mid-50s male who has let himself go, and I don't know if I can fit into any nice clothes. I'm dreading it.
Oh, man.
I've been like, for the last 3 days, I'm like, oh, gotta go into my suit closet and see if I can squeeze into this stuff, and I just can't bring myself to do it, and I'm just dreading.
Dude, this makes me
something to wear.
This makes me so happy that you're in a. Are you gonna have to go buy? Are you gonna break down and go? You go into the Men's Warehouse?
It might come down to that. Like I need to make that decision by this weekend.
Oh, man.
It's ugly. It's bad.
Well, I can't wait to see you.
Yeah.
We'll have a cocktail.
It'll be a good time as far as seeing friends.
Yeah. All right,
Maybe not the pants line, though.
Right.
Well,
We'll see you guys.
bye. That's Jason Quick. Uh-oh.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I don't know what he's talking
I
about.
have no idea.
What does that mean?
Who knows?
Wedding? What?
You know what? These rumors and innuendos getting thrown around about the Motor Center. It's ridiculous.
Fake news.
It's just stuff getting tossed about. It's ridiculous.
Wow. All right. Well, there's some good stuff there. We'll get into the Jason Quick postgame show maybe.
I would think so.
Coming up next, got some things to talk
Yeah,
about.
he has a little different view on it than I do.
Yeah, he certainly does. He doesn't like Dundon all that much.
No, he does not. Well, I don't think many people do. And I totally get why people don't.
Yeah. All right, so we'll do the Jason Quick postgame show and wrap that up next.
McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the Timbers have named their new head coach. 44-year-old Marty Cifuentes joins Portland on a 3-year contract through the 2028-29 season. Cifuentes has over 2 decades of coaching experience, most recently with Leicester City in the English Football League. Timbers take on FC Dallas tomorrow night in Providence Park. Coverage starts at 6:30 right here on 105.1 The Fan. In the WNBA, Portland Fire star Bridget Carlton was named a participant in the All-Star three-point contest coming up on Friday. Carlton has shot 38% from 3 so far this season and is top 5 in the W in three-pointers made per game. The Fire host the Dallas Wings in the Moda Center tomorrow night. That game airing over on 9:10 a.m. ESPN Portland, starting at 6:45. And in the NFL, the Dolphins and linebacker Jordan Brooks have agreed to a 3-year, $51.3 million extension with $35 million guaranteed. Brooks is now the 6th highest paid inside linebacker in the league in terms of total contract value and average annual value. I'm Brandon Henson from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
This is the Fan Sports Network.
As a friend of mine just texted me, he said, that was surely one of the great surprise reveals in show history.
Fake news.
He said you could feel it through the radio.
No, he's talking about these reporters nowadays. It's ridiculous. Just throwing out unnamed sources.
So, do you care to address said rumor?
No. I'm not addressing rumors and innuendo. This thing is ridiculous. Do you see any rings?
I don't. No. Oh.
This whole thing is ridiculous.
Forgot mine today.
Nah.
Shut up.
Well, all right.
I don't respond to unfounded rumors. Me and Tom Dundon, there's no offer sheet coming my way. You kidding me? This is ridiculous. Fake news. Just more liberal BS.
I mean, I do have an invitation sitting on my...
The liberal agenda won't stand.
It's at home, but...
It's ridiculous. Invitation to what? I'm not invited to anything.
People are saying. A lot of people.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
A lot of people.
No. Look, when there's something to report, a statement will be made.
Okay.
Till then...
Okay.
It's not breaking news, dude.
It's nothing. We got to get city council involved in this. There's lawyers. There's PR people. It's ridiculous.
I'm going to get BTJ on the line. See what's really going on.
Good luck.
Get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, you try getting to the bottom of it. You see what happens. Lies. All lies.
Well, on the Moda Center stuff, I don't know, dude. Nothing is moving me beyond it'll get done.
Yes.
Nothing.
I tend to agree.
Quick's interview, Dan Ryan's interview, Candace Avalos' interview, all the quotes in the Oregonian pieces, in Quick's pieces in The Athletic. None of it has moved me beyond this will get done.
No.
And I remain there. It'll get done. The Blazers do look kind of foolish right now. I don't know what they're waiting for, but I guess this is maybe how they negotiate. Whatever.
Yeah, it definitely turns into one of those things of, like, Quick obviously is on the side of he thinks the Blazers are being childish and are more at fault.
Well, they kind of are.
Well, absolutely. I tend to blame more of, I think what the city is doing is just ass backwards and ridiculous. And two things can be true at the same time. But whatever side you're on, whether you're one a la Quick that tends to point at the Blazers and be like, dude, get your ass together, or me that I point at the city and say, get your ass together. Eventually, where we all settle on this is why I'm not overly concerned about it, is everyone, no matter what side you're on, and he says same thing, Blazers and people in the city all think this is going to get done. It's just, it's going to be bumpy. It's going to be ugly. And I go back to when he first bought the team, when we talked to the people in North Carolina, they said the same thing. It got ugly and it got rough and it got personal, and yet ultimately it got done. And the one thing I'll say to I think it was Mitch Green, who I can't stand, but he did kind of bring up the point of it takes a lot to move a team, right? It is a financial burden to do so. And so I think it's in everyone's best interest to come to the table and work it out. It's just that every side's trying to get their pound of flesh. And you would think that both sides would be a little more mature about this, but where I will agree with Quick on is this Blazer pout kind of we had a deal and you broke it. That doesn't help anyone. And you would like someone to be an adult in the room.
Well, they may have a point there. It's just that, okay, let's get beyond that.
Yeah.
The city council put forth what they want. Counter. Like, are we, what are we, 10 years old?
The thing that pisses me off about the Blazers is the architect thing. And Quick brought that up, and that's the thing that I'm just like, are you effing kidding me?
So right now, I think what he's saying is they can't even tell them how they're going to spend the money. They don't have renderings?
Yeah.
Is that what he's saying?
He's saying they have not hired an architect, and one of the reasons why is, yes, it does appear that both sides don't want to pay for the architect. And you're like, oh my God.
So they
How
can't,
much is an architect?
So they can't even say how they're going to spend the money right now.
They said they have concepts of a plan.
Oh,
and that
heard that somewhere.
Yeah, there was concepts of a plan, and one of the
concepts of a plan.
And one of the things that's a rub right now, again, this goes back to the he said, she said. The Blazers are claiming that some of the city, well, it's not a claim. One of the city commissioners threatened to sue the Blazers over letting the building fall into disrepair.
Novak,
right?
Or Novak?
I think it's Novak. I think it's Novak. He threatened, and the Blazers were like, dude, you can't sit here and say that you don't need to renovate the building and then threaten to sue us. And why would we give you any plans when you're still possibly threatening to sue us? So again, this goes back to kind of that petty sort of BS. But it does feel like this could be solved, as Quick said. Oh, that was a great point. 3 hours in a room with an adult mediator, and it feels like you could get this over the finish line.
So you're more, you and Quick differ.
Yes.
I fall a little bit more, I would say it's in the middle. I see what the city is doing. Look, they can't just get railroaded here. They have constituents. They have pressure. Like, they can't just hand over the farm. Like they have to sort of at least posture that they're trying to get some things in return, a return on investment, right?
Yeah.
They have to do that because, well, one, it's their job. Two, there's a lot of people, like Jason said, there's a lot of people that are against this, shockingly to us, but not, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I can see that point of view too. So they are just, like, to me, they're just normal negotiating.
Yeah.
Because they're just trying to not get completely railroaded on this deal.
Yeah.
They know they have to do the deal. We've talked to 2 city councilors who said that to us. They know they have to do it. They're just negotiating. The Blazers, I'm with Quick on that, at least at this stage of the game. I don't know what they're doing. Like, that's not negotiating. It's petty, it's dumb, it's stupid, it's not helpful. At least the city has put forth a term sheet, and as he said, there's stuff that is not in there that they originally wanted in there.
Yeah.
So they have already negotiated down from their original place. That is normal. What the Blazers are doing is not, and that's weird. And I don't know. I go back to the question of, does Tom Dundon even want to negotiate in good faith in the first place? I still don't think we should go down that road, but there's really no other explanation to how they're handling this right now.
Other than pettiness and I want what was promised to me. And maybe he's one of those guys that feels like you don't go back on a deal, and if you go back on the deal, I don't want to deal with you.
But how about this? Maybe you'll get what you wanted if you just come to the table.
Yeah.
The city is not stupid. They're not going to let the Blazers walk.
The city is stupid.
But well, they are stupid, actually, but they're not going to let the Blazers walk. They're just not. They have the votes. They're going to approve the money.
Yeah.
Get to the table and figure it out.
And maybe that's the thing, is he doesn't feel like he has to. So he,
Who, Dundon?
Dundon. Is he feel like, again, if you feel you're operating from a point of all the leverage, maybe he's just being a petty D and doesn't want to.
And that would be the only thing. It's like, you're delaying the inevitable. You know you're going to get this deal done. This is what happened in Carolina. The city is already reaching out its hand saying, here, let's go.
Yeah.
And they won't take it. Yeah. It's just stupid.
And someone points out, too, and this is where I'll back the city on this. The city needs to, for the green energy fund, you would need to know how that is going to get used. Whereas,
100%.
replacing the old generators or solar power, all that stuff. Yes, the Blazers could be doing a much, much better job of trying to meet this thing halfway.
The most basic thing here is, hey, how are you going to allocate the money we're giving you?
Yeah.
That is so basic. And yet the Blazers can't even do that.
Well, but the Blazers did do that. They gave them months ago. They did give them, but they want more specifics now. The Blazers are saying that they gave a more detailed view to when the 375 was on the table, and I think they're a little annoyed that the city is now wanting to look up their skirt more. The same city that is on the hook for less money than anyone else, and also supposedly the city that said yes to this several months ago.
Yeah,
I think this comes down to hurt feelings and pettiness.
Nobody there. I am stunned that your Portland Trailblazers have made me side with Portland City Council.
How about that?
That is so stunning to me.
Who would have thought we'd see the day?
And here we are.
See, I'm not there yet.
God.
But I understand. I understand where people are coming from. I think a lot of this, too, is not the city council. I think it's maybe 3 or 4 members that like to grandstand and puff their chest.
Well, right. Like Dan Ryan's not talking about that. We had him in. That guy's like ready to do a deal tomorrow.
Yes. So that's why I said I'm careful. I don't think that this is the entire city councilor or the city commissioners. I think this is
councilors.
Councilors.
Remember, he
yeah, that's right. County commissioners, city councilors.
There you go.
I think this is a handful of people that are trying to gain political points at a time when I don't think you have the leverage to gain political points. I think you're at a point of where, to me, at least, where as far as the city goes, this is such a small amount of money in the grand scheme of things. Why are you why are you making this more difficult?
Because they're not, though. It's because they don't want to look like they're getting railroaded. So they have already put a term sheet out. Dude, I listened to that Dunphy guy.
Yeah.
He's the head of it, I think.
Yes.
I think he's the chair.
Yeah.
He said, this is far from the deal that will be the final deal.
Yeah.
In other words,
come to the table.
Just counter.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's telling you that. So all they're doing is just negotiating. It's just basic negotiations. It's very simple, and yet the Blazers are nowhere to be found.
That is
weird.
where I definitely see the point of telling the Blazers to pull their head out of their ass and figure this out.
Yeah. Okay, well, up next, we're going to have a little baseball nugget. Next season will be a first in baseball history. That is next.
What's this one titled?
Well, now with you on it, you can call it whatever you want. It's your music now.
It's called
With bloop 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 bloop. It's called Here You Go, copyright-free bump music. Very generic. Bloop bloop.
This has like a, I don't know. This kind of has like a kind of a Key West vibe.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Some bongos in there.
Key West. Bloop
bloop bloop bloop bloop. Baseball. Do you like baseball?
Yes, I do. Except I hate the Mets right now. But other than that, yeah, baseball's great.
I think they're winning.
Does it really matter?
No.
Yeah, they're up 1-0 on the Milwaukee Brewers. Don't worry, they'll blow it.
So next season will be a first in baseball history.
Talk to me.
Jace.
There's always a first in baseball.
Next season will be the first season ever without an umpire over the age of 60.
Really? The olds. We're getting rid of the olds, huh?
Well, they actually are. So what they've found is, with that whole, what do they call it, the ABS system? Is that what it's called?
Yes, sir.
Where they do the thing with the balls and strikes and the computers and stuff?
The challenges.
Yeah. They have found that umpires over the age of 50, their calls have been overturned 57.2% of the time.
Shocking. Turns out when you're old, you're not as good as as good at your job.
Those under 40, I think is what it was, calls overturned 40% of the time. Under 50, sorry.
Okay.
Calls overturned 40% of the time.
Would anyone be surprised about, you're talking about eyesight, being able to, just visual acuity, all of that seems to make total sense.
C.B. Buckner, who is an old, and 6 others have been so bad, all over the age of 60, that they are going to get paid to not work the rest of this season.
Really?
Yeah, baseball.
They're sitting them down, huh?
Yeah, but they're getting paid, but they're saying you're done.
Wow.
And Buckner's one of them. 2 of his last 4 games, he had 6 calls overturned. He had literally the worst first base call ever, and that includes the Don Denkinger call in the 1985 World Series.
Wow.
Go look at it.
Oh, yeah.
And he had a concussion from a foul tip that knocked him out of a game.
Swinging a foul.
That was how his career ended, and he will get paid to not umpire the rest of the season.
So while I feel bad for him that that's the way the career is ending, at least he gets paid and we can move on. Like, I mean, I think about this all the time, like with NBA officials when like Dick Bavetta was running around out there. How on earth can you expect a guy who's 70 to ref the most athletic human beings on the planet? You're 65. We all see the 65-year-old driving. There's no one at 65 that's driving as good as when he did when he was 35. So that makes total sense. This isn't Supreme Court justices here. All of this makes sense.
Now, one other notable notation of note.
Ooh, I like notable notations of note.
From baseball. In South Korea, their KBO league over there.
Okay.
In 2024, that league became the first pro baseball league to fully automate balls and strikes.
Okay.
So they have full automation.
They've tried to do that at some of the like single high A ball or like maybe some summer leagues. They've experimented that over here.
Look, it's coming.
Yes, and it should.
It's just we're dilly-dallying.
Yeah, we're slow.
But basically what it is a computer decides each pitch call, and it relays it to the umpire through an earpiece.
Yeah,
so there is still a human umpire back there, but he calls it based off of what the computer tells him in his ear. And it found that since 2024, star batters who had won the league's Golden Glove Award saw their plate discipline stats slip against lesser-known hitters once the system took over.
Really?
Consistent with the star players losing favorable calls from the human umps.
So again, this all is a good... I don't understand the people... Mike Lynch used to always push back against this because he says he loves the human element. Why on earth do we want bad calls? No other sport does this. No other sport would want you to get it wrong when you have the ability to get it right instantaneously. I mean, the idea that we want I don't know, you want the best player in baseball, we want him to have a bigger strike zone than everyone else. That's what we're doing now. This is silly that we don't have this.
Yeah, and this KBO story, that doesn't surprise me. And I would imagine once they go to all automated calls in major leagues, that will be the same thing.
Sure.
the stars will not get as many calls. This says the drop in star batters' calls showed up only in stats tied to balls and strike decisions, not raw hitting power, and a placebo test ruled out a natural slump as the cause. High-status pitchers showed no such decline.
Interesting. And someone saying, call me when you're 65, bitch. I will call you when I'm 65, and I
Yeah.
will tell you that I will not be as good at anything at 65 as I was at 35. Like, why do people get so mad at getting old when we know that there is a natural decline? Like, the idea that we have a president that's 80 in any form is ridiculous to me.
I told you, you dumb bitch.
The idea that you have a 60-plus-year-old guy umpiring something is, to me, ridiculous. Like, we wouldn't let a 60-year-old player play baseball. Why? Because they can't do it. Why? Because they slow down. So we're saying, like, you can't play the sport, but you can ump the sport. It's just, that's not an ageism thing.
Well,
It's
actually,
just,
they're saying they can't ump the sport. They're weeding them out.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
It's just it's not an evil thing. It's just or an ageism thing. It's just a reality thing. We all get older. Rob, have you gotten athletically better in your 50s?
Actually, I have. I wanted to tell you.
You're the one guy.
I'm dunking now.
Yeah. Hey, I was never able to dunk before, but all of a sudden I turned 50, said no one, and now I'm just yamming on people left and right. I'm like, take this, bitch. I go down to the Y and I school those kids. Yeah, that's not a thing.
Okay, there's your baseball news for the day.
I also saw on slightly flip-flopped, I saw that, I don't remember who had this today, but I saw a nugget. Next year, because obviously the golf majors are done, this will be the first time, God, it was like in 40 plus years, that next year we will not have a reigning major champion under the age of 30.
I did see that.
All the olds now,
Yeah.
old-ish, are dominating golf.
Right. We had a run of 20-somethings for a while.
Yeah.
And now it's all the olds.
Yes.
Ryan Fox, 39.
Yeah. The olds taking
Take that,
over.
Brandon.
Take it.
Oh,
the
wait,
olds
he's 35.
dominating.
Brandon's
he's
35.
in that range.
I always think of Brandon as so young, but he's just not.
He looks
Yeah,
young.
so do all the bartenders.
Yeah, you get carded all the time?
Yep.
Wait, I thought you
I
didn't
didn't
drink.
think you went to.
Okay, well,
Uh-oh.
wow, okay, hold
Uh-oh.
on. No, because I have to when I had doing my work trips out in L.A., I'd have to go with all of my work coworkers, and they would all drink, and I just sit there for 5 minutes and say, "I'm going to go home now," or go back to my hotel room. So yeah, bartenders or casinos, I always get carded.
Yeah.
Especially when I shave.
Well, you look.
No, I'm not complaining about the genetics.
You look young.
I'm glad I look younger than I am, but I am, I guess, somewhat an old, not an old. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not too young, Brandon, and not too old, Brandon. I don't know
Still
what.
trying to figure that out.
Somewhere in the sweet spot?
Well, 35 years old. What is 35 old?
No, 35 is probably right.
It's not young.
No, but that's
No
like
offense.
Yeah, it's right in the middle though. Like some might call that life. It's not sports prime, but I think 35 is probably life prime, right?
Oh, I don't know, man.
You're old enough to have some wisdom where you're not making all the dumb decisions, but you're also not decrepit and falling apart at 35.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of.
But I don't. I got to tell you.
Where else would you consider life prime?
40s.
Oh, you're already on the decline in 40. Your
Well,
eyesight's gone. and-
Physically, you are.
Yeah.
But I think overall life, depending on what you weigh as life,
Yeah.
40s is a great
Agreed.
decade.
But physically, you are nowhere
But yeah,
near.
but physically to me is only one part of the equation. You're talking all physical, not me, not this guy, not this reporter. No.
But you can't be in your prime if you're already in physical decline.
No, but it's okay. So are you saying physical prime or are you saying life prime?
Physical.
Because if you're saying physical prime, then of course it's not in the 40s. But if physical is only part of the prime, then I'm going with the 40s.
Here's the thing. Physical prime is probably like 24, which no one would say is the prime because you're an idiot at 24. You're just a hormoned up, animal. At 35, this is my point. This is the pinnacle of intelligence, little bit of money, still have it together physically. We haven't fallen apart. That's the precipice. And while yes, you get smarter and maybe life gets a little bit better as you get to 40, but also you've now gone downhill. 35 is where neither side you're not deficient in anything. It's where the two sides meet on the mountaintop before they start crossing down the other side.
Yeah, all right.
Wonderful.
As someone
Can't wait.
says, maybe 35 is ripe.
Ripe.
You're ripe.
Okay. Ready to be eaten.
Ready to be eaten
Ready to
up.
be swallowed whole by life.
Num, 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 num.
All right. Coming up next, I have raccoon news.
Oh, I love raccoon news.
I have Salina, Kansas news.
Love Salina, Kansas.
And we have bite news.
This club is going to hit me right where I need it.
Yeah, you love all three of those things.
Absolutely.
Next on The Fan.
McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan, the Timbers have named their new head coach. 44-year-old Marty Cifuentes joins Portland on a 3-year contract through the 2028-29 season. Cifuentes has over 2 decades of coaching experience, most recently with Leicester City in the English Football League. Timbers take on FC Dallas tomorrow night in Providence Park. Coverage starts at 6:30 right here on 105.1 The Fan. In the WNBA, Portland Fire star Bridget Carlton was named a participant in the All-Star three-point contest coming up on Friday. Carlton has shot 38% from 3 so far this season and is top 5 in the W in three-pointers made per game. The Fire hosts the Wings in the Moda Center tomorrow night. That game airing over on 9:10 a.m. ESPN Portland starting at 6:45. And in the NFL, the Dolphins and linebacker Jordan Brooks have agreed to a 3-year, $51.3 million extension with $35 million guaranteed. Brooks is now the 6th highest paid inside linebacker in the league in terms of total contract value and average annual value. I'm Brandon Henson from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
This is the Fan Sports Network.
Man, unfortunate. I've never seen so much dong in my life. Also unfortunate.
Makes Brandon so happy when we have dong and boob drops.
Black dong.
Oh.
Whoa.
Ew.
God.
This is awkward.
The hits just keep on coming.
Yeah. Someone's kids aren't listening right now, I guarantee
I came
it.
hard today. Well, there's a disclaimer.
That's true.
Plus, we don't care about the kids.
I think Brandon probably cares about. How old are your kids?
4 and 2.
Oh, they can't. They're dumb.
Neither
anyways.
of them listening to this, so it's
Well,
okay.
they have no idea what they're doing. They're 4 and 2 for God's sakes. They're listening to Bluey.
Well, I tell you, you're right in the throes of it, aren't you? At 4 and
Yes.
2. I mean, that's like because the 4-year-old's all over the place.
Yes, he is.
And the 2-year-old is moving around.
She runs the house.
Yeah.
And pees all over the floor.
Nice.
What is she going, Donald Duck over there?
She's in potty training mode. Yep.
Dude, throw some pull-ups on that kid and get control of
We
your
do when we leave the house, but when we're in the house, we're trying to get her to go in the potty.
Yeah, boy.
But she definitely likes to have no underwear.
Boy, I tell you what, man. Potty training a kid, that would be that would be very high on my list of things I least want to do ever.
Yeah, you missed that, huh?
Yeah, I missed it.
Yeah.
He was 2.
I came in right at the because my oldest, I came in when she was 3, so we were good, but I caught the tail end of it. She used to hide behind things and take a dumper.
Yeah,
that was her go-to move. If you didn't see her for a while, you had to be on the lookout, and then you would see her like behind a chair or a couch, and you're like, damn it. And this was my only frustration. I can get on board with accidents. But if we can verbally communicate what you're doing, you're old enough to not do that.
Right.
Because I'd be like, damn it, Taylor. Like, really? And she would look at me and be like, can you just let me finish? And you're like, no, because you can tell me what you're doing. You have the ability to walk up to me and be like, Dad, I got to take a dump. Let's go. So the fact that you made the conscious decision to go hide behind some trash cans to take a squat, therein lies my frustration. I can deal with accidents. I mean, hell, I'm 48, and every now and then, hey, you got an accident. Something sneaks up on you, had some Taco Bell, next thing you know, bad stuff's happening. But if you can hide somewhere, that means you can make it to the toilet. That was my frustration.
Yep, definitely get that. My kid still likes to run out in the backyard and just pee on the deck stairs.
Oh, that's
just
fun.
to watch it
Yeah.
fly.
Yeah.
Just to watch it fly?
Yep. Just to watch his stream.
Nice. This is the boy.
This is the boy.
Yeah. The older.
Well, maybe it was the girl. I don't know. Maybe she does a leg up sort of situation, watches the dog, and I don't know how that works.
Quite feral over at the Henson
Apparently.
household.
Yeah.
We're all over the place.
If you live out in the country, that's the.
Do you live out in the country?
No, it's more of up in the hills in the Cedar Mill,
Oh, over there.
Bethany area.
Bethany.
Yep.
We had one when Eiserman was like 4. We used to live out in the country, and it was gravel road, no one else around. And we were getting ready to go somewhere, and he was like, I got to go to the bathroom. I don't remember if it was me or the wife, but she said, just, go out, just go. Because it's a gravel, not even gravel. It's just like rocks. You're outside. We live on acreage. And so we finished doing what we were doing. When we came back out, there was just a big dump. There was a big turd right in the, and we're like, what? And he's like, you told me just to go. We all assumed that he had to pee. No. But in his mind, we were like, poor kid. I started laughing. I couldn't even get mad because, I assumed that if it was a deuce, he would have said, no, I got to go in. He took it as, well, all right, they told me to. Pulled down his little pants and took a squat right there. And then I was like, did you wipe? And he's like, well, no, I was outside. And I was like, well, all right, we're going to be delayed a little bit, everybody. Time to head inside.
It's a wonderful time.
Yeah. Especially when again.
Is it?
Yeah,
No.
it's awkward. It's awkward.
It's not.
Yeah, it's terrible. It sounds terrible. All of it.
Yeah, you missed all of that.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Then the wife's always like, well, because when they're little, they like shower with you. And then your wife, at some point, she was like, well, take him into the shower. And you're like, you can't anymore because now it's weird. Because now he's talking to you. And he's eye level. And now you're like, dude, this is getting weird again. He starts asking questions. And you're like, You're like, no, we're not doing this anymore.
Yep.
Yeah, it's time for you to learn to bathe on your own. We're not getting in here. Same thing with wiping on your own. There comes a point where once they can verbally communicate, it gets weird. And I'd say that's about 3. Around 3. Same thing with breastfeeding. It's all fun and games until the kid can ask for it with verbal. Mom, you pop that in right here. And you're like, all right, now it's weird. You made it weird, you little bastard. You made it weird.
I'm going to show you my boobs.
You turned something beautiful into something very awkward for all of us.
Are your balls jiggling?
If your kid is old enough to articulate with words that he wants to feed, that's time for a bottle, or that's time for
yes.
It's time for some baby food to go in there.
And I can squirt from a distance.
Yeah. God. Where were we?
I don't know.
I ate ass.
Damn it. This show, it's so juvenile.
Terrible. It's a terrible show.
It is.
Oh, dear.
It's not appropriate for kids. That's why
No.
there's the disclaimer. Although I do love when you hear from people like, hey, thanks a lot, my kid was in the car. You're like, you're welcome.
Yeah, I don't care. Well, we're
now
big
you can start those conversations and have those tough conversations.
We're big with the olds now. I don't know if you know this.
The olds?
Yeah. We have some really old listeners.
No.
Like 90s.
Are they in my neighborhood making fun of me for wearing a Mets shirt? Maybe I should start cruising over to Fairway Village and seeing if people recognize me. Like, hey, you listen to the program?
So since we're talking about doo-doo,
yeah,
I'll just throw this in real quick.
Toss it.
And I hate to do this because this is my hometown, the all-American city of Salina, Kansas.
Which I've never been, but I want to. Although now that the Rops have left,
Yeah,
I feel like I'll never go to Salina, Kansas.
There's no one left.
No.
You could go see the museum that is our old house, the house we grew up in.
It's been remodeled.
My brother and I. It has, but not on the outside. It looks exactly the same on the outside.
But there's no more shag carpet, the
No.
mirror wall.
It's all gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little heartbreaking.
Yeah, I don't think my parents loved that.
Yeah.
The realtor sent me the vids of what it looks like now. It's like, whoa.
Yeah. When your childhood home, because the Power Lesbians moved into my childhood home, and they completely redid it. And when you walk in there, it's weird. It's such an odd feeling, and it's not really that you're like upset. It feels like a part of you died. You're like, man, it's
over.
Yeah, chapter is closed.
So there's a place called Jerry Ivy Park
Mm-hmm.
in Salina, and it's a very nice park. They've got some plans for like a river walk and things.
Okay.
But it's got a water park in there.
Okay.
And it was not there when I was a kid, so I'm very jealous that they built a water park after I go back. And I've never been to the water park because when I go back, I'm an adult. And
Can we also put a limit on water parks? Because I think that is about 13. You as an adult should not want to go to a water park.
No, I agree with that. I think you usually take kids. If you're going to a water park, you're taking kids.
If you're at a water park and you're by yourself as an adult, I assume you're a pedophile, and I think you should be arrested.
So their water park has been closed due to the RIA. There's a diarrhea contamination in the water.
Now, to be fair, isn't that every water park?
Is it? Is that a common thing?
I think. Have you ever? I don't want to call anyone out by name in case they advertise, but when you go to a water park,
I've never really. I've been to what's the one? Is it Great Wolf Lodge?
Yeah.
Is that a water park?
That is a water park.
Are you considering that a water park?
That is a water park.
I've been there once.
Yeah.
And I went to Kansas City has a place called Oceans of Fun.
Sure.
Right next to Worlds of Fun.
Not to be confused.
No, they're two separate parks.
Yeah.
But Oceans of Fun was water based.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's my only.
And I think
that's it.
I think the outdoor ones are a little better, but when you go to one of the indoor ones, it's like this artificial greenhouse. It's like 80 degrees, the most humid place on earth, and you can smell the chlorine and piss. Like you walk in and it assaults your nostrils and your eyes. And all of that chlorine smell is all the piss content of the water. So when you smell that really strong pool smell, that's not chlorine, that's chlorine and piss mixing. That's what that is. I imagine that any water park, the piss to water content, it's about a third. I truly believe that. And I get it, your kid's there, you got to go. But as an adult, you should not want to be in that environment. You just should not. It's rough stuff.
That makes me think of they have the fountain downtown.
Yeah.
Is that ever tested?
I wouldn't think so.
No?
No. And it's all recycled water.
I guess so. Yeah.
It's just.
Should it be tested? How do you know you're not running through?
I think you are.
RIA parasites and stuff.
I believe. Well, who goes to those ponds or who goes to that fountain?
Well, little kids.
Exactly. And you think those little kids are not doing stuff in that water? Because that's the thing. Little kids, we've already determined little kids can't be trusted. And if little kids are having fun, they will not stop to go to the bathroom. Little kids will continue playing. The pee they're not even fazed by, and they don't even realize they have to poo until it's too late, and then next thing you know, you're in poo water. There's just, it's...
Well, I'm not on board.
No. We were at Great Wolf once when there's an alarm for it, and they give you a code. It's like code 51 or whatever, and they make you clear out, and that's the code for dump.
Like the Snickers bar?
Yeah. Except I was talking to one of the employees, and they say it's never a log. It's always the RIA.
Watery.
Yeah.
Gross.
And so they pull you out, and then an hour later, they give you the all clear. I can't go back in that water.
No. Why would you?
At that point, it's like, hey, kids, go nuts. Dad'll be right here on this chair. And they're like, Dad, come play in the pool. No, I can't, because I know what was in that pool. And you can't tell me in an hour's time that you properly cleaned that. Poor Salina, Kansas.
Yeah. Going through a rough patch there.
Right here. My aunt got pink eye from the downtown fountain.
Gross.
Yeah.
God.
Someone said those McMiniman soaking pools are all full of kitty piss. I'm sure they are. I assume.
Yeah, what other public waters should we be wary of?
I'm wary of all public waters. Don't give me... Has anyone...
What do you think of spa hot tubs?
Oh, that's a little bit better.
Is that better?
I would think
What do you think of spa cold plunges?
Oh.
You know?
Yeah.
The cold pools?
Yeah, because it's more stagnant water. Huh?
Yeah.
I would like to believe, and this is probably ignorant on my part, that spas are nice enough to keep their stuff together. I would like to believe that. I'm probably lying to myself, but I believe that spas are a higher end. Who's pissing in the cold plunge?
Yeah.
You're there for therapeutic reasons. I don't think you're doing that, but I also don't know. Let me ask you this. Has anyone in the history of Portland used one of those water fountains?
What water fountain? What are you talking about?
Downtown Portland has permanent water fountains that just go.
Well, yeah, that's what I was talking about. The kids playing
No,
around?
to drink.
Oh, no.
They have drinking fountains.
No, I'm not.
Has anyone?
Oh, I think people do, yeah.
People have the balls to drink on those?
Oh, I think so, yeah.
You shouldn't, because someone's balls were probably on that.
Well, maybe, but dude, anytime you see a water fountain, somebody will drink from it. People assume.
I don't know.
They do.
You
think no one's drinking out of those?
No.
Oh, no, I think
you
they
haven't
are.
seen those in Portland that I'm talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I see drinking fountains all the time.
But they're not the button press. It's a continual stream of water that you're supposed to bend down and drink out of. I've seen homeless people wash their arse. Like, there's no. I truly believe.
Recycles, you know.
I truly believe there is not a person in Portland that is not a street man that drinks out of those fountains.
Yeah.
I don't know why we have them.
We have to put a camera on them.
I would like to know if anyone's seen someone that
Sounds like a man on the street bit for you.
Yes. I think if you stood outside of one of those water fountains, you could be there for a week and you would not see anyone use it other than the streetman. Girlfriend says, this guy says, girlfriend works at a spa in Vancouver. Water for the cold plunge is cycled out every session, hour and a half.
Hour and a half cold plunge session?
Well, I guess she said every hour and a half. Those are they change out the water.
The one I go to is like every 5 minutes.
Yeah, so you are in there with other people's filth, but it is getting changed.
It recycles the water. They say it cycles out every 5 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what they say. And again, this is I believe I gotta believe them.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
This is what people are saying. They're the Benson bubblers, and the homeless use them as baths. Yeah, don't use the bubblers under any circumstances. I think I would rather. I'm trying to think of a situation where I would ever drink the water out of the bubbler, and I'm not certain that there is one. I think I'd rather drink my own urine. I think I'd rather go Bear Grylls style, because I know where that's been. I don't know where those bubblers
So you're about to pass out.
Yeah.
You've been out in the heat all day, and you literally are lightheaded. You know you're dehydrated. You're throwing up. And you won't drink it?
I don't think I can. I don't think I could bring I think I would already. Would
you rather me pee in your mouth?
Yes. Yes.
Is that hot?
No, it's not. But I think I would. I at least know where you've been. I don't think you can drink off those bubblers.
Well, isn't urine sterile?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't think the bubblers are. That stuff is nightmare fuel. Every time I walk by one and I see it, I just sit there and I have horrible dreams about what's happened on that bubbler. And I'm just like, no, man, no. As someone said, that is a streetman's bidet.
No.
By the way, I alluded to it, but yesterday I was approached by a street man carrying a bag of urine, and then he just walked away.
You're lucky.
It was the weirdest thing. We were outside of G Love, a little restaurant there on 21st. We were having a discussion about what a lovely evening it was in Portland, and we were actually talking about how much better it is, and there wasn't anything weird going on. And a street man walked up to us with a glove on. He had a gardening glove, and he had a bag of piss, like a produce bag, a clear produce bag of piss. And he walked up to us, and he said the following: "Hey, how about Spain?" And then there was a moment of awkward pause, and he went, "World Cup, right?" And then we just kind of kept looking at him, and then he turned around and walked away. I don't know what happened, but that's the sort of guy that's using the bubbler. And last night could have been a horrific incident, and it wasn't. It was just an awkward moment where there is a guy out there on 21st carrying around a bag of piss that he will probably find and dump in a fountain somewhere. So just be aware. Cool.
All right, well, on that note, I have bite news and the raccoon that is inspiring the entire Northwest. Next.
Update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the Timbers have named their new head coach. 44-year-old Marty Cifuentes joins Portland on a 3-year contract through the 2028-29 season. Cifuentes has over 2 decades of coaching experience, most recently with Leicester City in the English Football League. Timbers take on FC Dallas tomorrow night. Coverage starts at 6:30 right here on 105.1 The Fan. In the WNBA, Portland Fire star Bridget Carlton was named a participant in the All-Star 3-point contest coming up on Friday. Carlton has shot 38% from three so far this season and is top 5 in the W in three-pointers made per game. The Fire host the Dallas Wings in the Moda Center tomorrow night. That game airing over on 9:10 a.m. ESPN Portland starting at 6:45. And in the NFL, the Dolphins and linebacker Jordan Brooks have agreed to a 3-year, $51.3 million extension with $35 million guaranteed. Brooks is now the 6th highest paid inside linebacker in the league in terms of total contract value and average annual value. I'm Brandon Henson from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom, call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
This is the Fan Sports Network.
With those?
Well, you just said water fountain, and I just generically, I was like, oh, well, water fountain, yeah, I see them all the time. I know what you're talking about now because they show a picture of them on here, and they actually describe their history on here.
Okay.
So first of all, I'm going to tell you what they are saying about the bubbler. I have hot bubbler facts.
Well, I'm ready for it.
And you tell me if this makes you feel better.
And by the way, it won't, because when I look at them, they're nightmare fuel.
Throughout most of the year, the bubblers flow freely. We occasionally turn them off during cold snaps or excessively windy weather for safety. Drinking water is fresh and not recycled. Because the bubblers run freely, they also boost the water quality in the rest of the distribution system by keeping fresh water flowing through the pipes. The fountains are routinely cleaned by Water Bureau staff, and in 2005 they installed small flow restriction devices in the bubblers to reduce the amount of water the fountains use.
Yeah, none of that makes me... Again, I would like to point this out. This guy says, work downtown, watch the street man wash his balls in the bubbler. 10 minutes later, a family came by and let their kids drink out of it. Okay, I'm sorry. Nothing about your recycledness or the workers doing anything makes that okay. And by the way, that family should have their kids taken away from letting them drink out of the bubblers. I mean, you know me, I'm all for a whimsy in your life, and I get that those bubblers are part of like the city's history or whatever.
Your balls jiggling?
We should get rid of those. We really should.
So they were donated. So in 1912, Simon Benson, a local businessman and philanthropist, donated $10,000 to the city to purchase and install 20 bronze drinking fountains, now known as the Benson Bubblers.
Okay.
Local folklore tells us that Simon donated the 20 bronze drinking fountains as an effort to keep loggers out of the saloons at lunchtime.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of a fun little bit.
Now, others
By the
say...
way, do you really think that worked?
No.
So you're saying a guy who's been cutting down trees all day, and he's like, hey, I would go into the saloon right now and get myself a lady of the afternoon and some whiskey, but no, instead I'll have this bubbler.
Others say he was inspired after seeing a little girl crying at a 4th of July parade because she couldn't find a drink of water. Either way, the Benson Bubblers have become an enduring historic legacy here in Portland. Originally, the first bubbler installed on Southwest 5th and Washington. Another one was installed in front of Benson's home, and apparently that's there today.
Okay.
The remaining 18 bubblers were installed in 1917. And currently, the Portland Water Bureau proudly maintains 52 4-bowl Benson bubblers and 74 1-bowl variations throughout the city.
And again, I ask the question, does anyone use them? At this point, we have to know. Except for that one family, apparently. That's horrifying stuff. Like, if I saw a family going in to use, wouldn't you step in? Wouldn't you intervene?
If someone was going in to use the bubbler?
Yeah, like
no.
you see a family and they're walking over and they got their 4-year-old, little Brandon over there. BYU Brandon's lifting up his 4-year-old. I think I would intervene. I think I would have to be like, hey.
No, that's none of my business.
No?
No.
A visitor to our fair city, I would have to be like, you know what you're doing? I've got the poo in my hands.
My kid wouldn't care that much because he's kind of been through the ringer himself, so...
Oh yeah, kids are gross.
I think if it's a kid,
it's what they
kind of let it pass. If it's an adult going to try to get a drink of water, then you might want to stop
Let
somebody.
the kid get dysentery. Seems great.
That's fine.
If anything, it's the kid's the one
Put
I
some
would
hair on
stop.
his chest.
At least the adult, you
That's
could
right.
say you're old enough to make an informed decision.
Builds up their immune system.
Right.
Boy.
By the way, did you know that there is actually a Benson bubbler in Japan?
I did not.
Yeah. We gifted a bubbler to Yosaku Harada, who is he was the mayor of Portland's oldest sister city, Sapporo, Japan, in 1965.
Now, Sapporo is a lovely beer, by the way. You had a nice Sapporo?
I think I have.
They're good. I have some of those I had some of those this weekend. I'll tell you, you know whose bubbler I would use? That one. I promise you, in Japan, that's a delicious bubbler. No one's putting their stink eye on the bubbler in Japan. They wouldn't do it.
What do you think it would look like if you got a cup and just like a clear cup and then filled it up and looked in, put it up to the sunlight?
You don't want
see what you can see.
You don't want to do that. Particles, things,
Particles.
floaters, maybe the dingle and or the berries. You don't want that, man. You just don't. How much would it take for you to go lick one?
Ooh.
You got not a drink, man. You got to get down there. You got to go full dog and give it a. You got to get in there.
I gotta lick it.
You got to lick it. You got to lick the bubbler.
Blip, blip.
You got to go German Shepherd. You got to lick. $100. You licking the bubbler?
No. Keep going.
$250.
No.
$5.
No.
$1,000. Brandon's in. He's gonna lick the bubbler.
Hell no.
$1,000?
$1,000 to lick the bubbler.
5,000. You give me 5 G's, I'd do
5
it.
G's, you're licking the bubbler.
Yeah.
You can deal with
Do
whatever.
5 G's, that's a good chunk. I'll take that.
That's a good chunk.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know?
Will you be fine?
Probably. I'm willing to risk it. As a matter of fact, I'll do that. You put up the money, I'll do it.
Can I GoFundMe for Rob to lick the bubbler?
Could if you wanted.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I wonder if that's does that violate any sort of crowdfunding sort of thing? I bet you we can get people to donate for you to lick the bubbler. Because if anyone in the building wouldn't do it, it would be you. I think you are.
Do what?
Well, you're by far the most germ. People talk about it all the time because you walk into the studio and you disinfect everything.
Yeah, it's largely performative. I get that.
But you do it.
It helps me. It makes me feel better.
You're least likely to lick the bubbler. The question is, who's most likely to lick the bubbler?
For the least amount of money. Like, nobody's just going to do it, are they? Do we have somebody at the fan that's just going to go do it for the
I don't think anyone
hell
would,
of it?
I don't think anyone would just lick the
No,
bubbler.
you got to pay him. So what would be the least amount? Like, Brandon, what would you take?
Oh, 5,000 sounded good to me. I'd probably scrape for 1,000. That's probably the lowest.
$1,000. That's a good chunk of money.
It's a good
I think
chunk.
a lot of people would do it for 1,000.
I think a lot of people would do it for $100.
100?
$100.
Chat says 200.
2 crisp $100 bills, and you're standing outside of one. You're like, hey,
No thanks.
just quick, just quick flick of the tongue.
You know, I would say no on the radio,
Yeah.
but you
In
propose
person?
that to
Yeah.
me in person. You
Yeah.
just hand me the 200. I'm
Yes.
like, oh, all right.
So I'm saying, bird in the hand,
Probably.
right? It's right there.
But I was holding out for more. I'm a good negotiator.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I think in person, I think $200 gets someone to lick the
'cause
bubbler.
It's like a whatever. Whatever.
This might as well happen.
I was going to say I've had worse things in my mouth, but
I don't think you have.
I don't know that I have.
Nah.
Look, we've all had bad things in our mouths. We've all had it. I'm not certain it's
I don't
ever.
know what is the worst thing you've had in your mouth.
You don't want to know that.
Gross. I mean, it is kind of an interesting question.
It's called a Wednesday night, is what that is. Yeah,
Of
don't
course, you have to take it somewhere. I'm talking about.
don't act like you're
No, I'm just saying, like, what's the worst?
muck tuck.
And you probably don't even know what the worst thing.
That's true.
You know, it's like you've had.
Well, I was like a month ago. I swallowed like a beetle. It hit me when I was riding, and it wrecked me for like an entire. Remember, I came on
Yeah, I
I
remember.
couldn't. It bothered me for probably 3-4 days.
Yeah, you had scratch voice.
I couldn't. It jammed me up completely. I could feel it for at least 24 hours. I could feel it. I like. It wasn't true, but I thought like it was moving around in my throat. I couldn't handle it. Because if you ride long enough, you will swallow a bug. It happens. but I've never had one that big. That was a substantial.
That's what she said.
Yeah, it's not good. I don't know if that's the worst thing, but off the top of my head, that's not food related. That's the worst thing. That's no good, dumbass.
All right, well, let's finish up with raccoon news.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody mentioned a dog, like, when you kiss your dog or whatever and they tongue you.
That's probably
that's
the
pretty
worst.
gross.
Yeah, because your dog's licking its, what.
I mean, there's all kinds of stuff in that stupid mouth of theirs.
Yeah, that's probably the worst. But you're not really opening your mouth, are you? You're not Frenching your dog, but it's...
Well, no, but sometimes you just...
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I get it.
Sometimes they slip it in there.
Yeah, they catch you slipping. That's true. That might be the worst.
I'm going to finish with raccoon news. We have a raccoon, Jason, that is inspiring the entire Northwest and perhaps the country.
He's already a hero in my book.
And we'll get to him next. We bid farewell to not so young and not so old Brandon after today's show, filling in admirably for Stevie Fire, who will be back on Thursday.
Return to lowercase tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah, the LC has us while we're out at we're going to be out at the Kingston tomorrow doing our show out there.
Blazers.
I'm guessing that I still drive to the station tomorrow. That's my prediction.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I don't know why,
You'll
but
forget?
I feel like every time you bring that up, I'm like, oh, yeah, we're out there. I don't know if I'll drive all the way to the station.
It is yet to register with you.
For some reason, I don't know why. But I'll bet you as I'm driving, I have to remind myself, oh, yeah, tomorrow, not going. I mean, it's in the same direction, so.
Yeah, it's not far from here.
No.
Actually, it only takes us about 5 minutes to get down there from here.
Yeah. Feels like maybe a scooter ride, so I don't have to deal with parking.
And they play FC Dallas, the Timbers, I think?
I believe you are correct, sir.
Do you know game time? 7:30 it looks like. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So make sure you join us.
The Red Hot Timbers.
Yeah, I saw they beat...
winners of one in a row.
They beat Seattle the other night. They scored 5 goals?
5-1, man. Kick the hell out of them.
They don't need a new coach.
Well, we already got one. Marty Supreme.
So I'll finish with raccoon news. This is a viral raccoon.
Yeah.
His name is Jimothy.
Yep.
And he is inspiring murals and tattoos and people all across the Northwest and now perhaps even the country.
Jawless Jerry walked so that Jimothy can run.
So this woman's name, this is from Seattle. Her name is Kiana Hall, and she thought she was recording a cat.
Yeah.
She was walking through Seattle's Ballard neighborhood. This was Monday night.
Looked like a chupacabra to me.
She spotted an animal emerging from beneath the parked car, and she pulled out her phone. She said, I thought it was a cat, and that's why I was recording, because I just love cats, which is kind of stupid. It's like, really?
So every time you see a cat,
right. Cats are everywhere.
It seemed a little odd.
A few moments later, she realized something wasn't quite right. He had come out from under the car, and I wanted to see what the cat looked like, and then I realized that wasn't the shape of a cat. Instead, it was a raccoon with an unusually short body, believed by wildlife experts to have a congenital spinal condition.
Yeah, it's called like short spine.
Hall posted the video online and, searching for a name to use in the caption, settled on Jimothy. Within days, the raccoon had become one of Seattle's biggest internet sensations, scampering across news feeds. I'm confused, she said, but I'm pleased. I'm glad that he seems to be bringing people some joy. The video has sparked memes and social media posts from local organizations, including the Mariners, the University of Washington, and the Seattle Public Library. Hall said some of her favorite reactions came from the library. The phenomenon soon spread beyond social media. Hall recently visited a mural of Jimothy behind Ballard Clay, where artist Andrew Miller painted the raccoon after watching the neighborhood embrace the unlikely celebrity. There is now a mural of Jimothy in Ballard.
You got to admit, Jimothy's pretty cute.
He is adorable. How would you describe what he looks like for those that can't at the moment look him up?
It's a raccoon with no ass. Like, picture if you took a buffalo body and then you put little raccoon legs and a head on it. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, he kind of looks like... He is adorable.
He is.
So he stands a little taller.
Yes.
He kind of... Picture a baby elephant without the trunk. You know?
Yeah, I could see that. And he's got no neck. He's got no ass. He's all...
Yeah, he's just a big gray blob.
Yes. And he's cute as the dickens. My buddy lives up in Tacoma, and we always joke that they had a coyote that got hit by a car, and it didn't have a jaw, and they called it Jawless Jerry, and it was like a local celebrity up there. And like it's same thing, like it was like T-shirts and everything. Well, Jawless Jerry eventually died because, well, it didn't have a jaw. And so now they need, like, there was a vacuum created by Jawless Jerry, and now Jimothy has filled that. So for whatever reason, the greater Seattle-Tacoma area loves messed up animals.
Yeah, they do. And this said that, okay, so there's a tattoo shop in Ballard.
Are they giving out free Jimothy tattoos?
Electric Kitten Tattoo. No, the owner, though, said that 3 people have already booked appointments to get Jimothy tats.
Boy, isn't that something?
10 others have reached out asking about making their... have inquired about it.
That is Crazy.
He's just a cute little critter.
The idea that you would see a short-spined raccoon and then that would inspire you to get a tattoo. Although I meet a lot of people that have tattoos, and when you ask them why do they have it, there is no answer.
Yeah. Who cares?
I don't know.
There doesn't really need to be an answer. You just wanted it.
No,
and by the way,
but that's a young person's thing.
Laura, the owner of the tattoo parlor.
Yeah.
Is that what they call them? Parlors? Shop?
Yeah.
Tattoo
shop.
House.
I just always said I think I would say shop.
Tattoo. Why do I call it a parlor? Did they used to be called parlors? Tattoo parlor.
I mean, what's the difference between a parlor and a?
Parlor.
Tattoo parlor,
What is a
massage parlor.
Yeah.
Does a parlor just mean you have a front to
I don't
it
know
and then
what
it
a
goes in the
parlor
back?
means. I'm going to look that up. What is the definition
I'm looking up what my tattoo place is.
of a parlor? A room in a home or establishment used for conversation, relaxing, or entertaining guests.
Yeah, mine. The official on mine. Like I go to the guy that's I've had one guy. I've never had anyone else tattoo me, and his is a tattoo shop. It's a tattoo shop offering custom designs.
Apparently, the old French word parlor means to speak. So tattoo parlor doesn't really make much sense.
No. So let's go with tattoo shop.
Tattoo shop. Like the beauty parlor. Like that's...
Yeah.
Because you talk
So you go there to chat?
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, the tattoo shop owner, Laura, said, I think Jimothy is kind of a symbol of resilience. He's dealing with life a little bit differently, and he seems to be fine, and I think that resonates with a lot of us.
God,
that is such a Seattle thing.
That is a 100% a Seattle thing.
And if this were in Portland, it would be a Portland thing.
Yeah, it is.
It's a Northwest thing.
Does that also just go to show you that we need heroes in like the worst way?
Right.
And we're looking for inspiration.
We don't have any human heroes.
No.
So we
turn to raccoons?
Yeah. We turn to malfunctioning raccoons. That's kind of where we're at in life.
Yeah.
These days.
I also like that the condition he has is just called short spine syndrome. Like we couldn't come up with a. Hey, what's the problem with it? I don't know. His spine's really short. Yeah, short spine.
Pretty cool. And then in bite news, did you see the bite mark?
Dude, if that's real, that's
I was gonna. Do you think this is real?
I don't know.
So remember when Puka Nakua bit the girl and she's now suing him?
Yeah, and he claims it was a love bite, and she says to hell it was. That was Marv Albert style.
Yeah, she says they were partying and they were in the back of a van, and she was sitting in front of him.
And
he just chomped the back of her like her scapula.
Yeah.
And
ooh, good that you came up with scapula.
Thank you.
I like that.
Well, I'm very educated.
Yes.
As you know. So there's a picture of it. They finally released a picture of it. And boy, I don't know if that's real or not. But if it is, that's horrible.
If it is, my man's a freak. That is.
It just doesn't look real.
No, it seems.
It's too clean.
Well.
And he has a small bite. You know what I mean?
Well,
like, it's not.
I don't even know how that works. Like, because it
Right.
like there's front and I don't know.
It's got it's a full circle.
Yes.
You would think it would just be the top and the bottom, like, I don't know.
Look, if it's.
I'm no expert.
I am not. What we need is we need Dr. Stu or Dr. Greg. When we have dentists, we need someone to look at that and be like, could you make that bite mark? I don't know if you could, but that's not a playful bite.
It looks a little AI, doesn't it?
Well, I think everyone's had a playful bite or given a playful bite. That's not.
No.
Like if your wife bit you like that, you would have to have a discussion. You're like, seriously? And it'd be easy. What we need to do is look at Puka. We need a photo of Puka smiling and then compare the teeth to that.
I'm sure the internet's on it.
Oh, I would think so. But this is the problem. You never know what to believe anymore.
I know.
But she is claiming this. The gal is claiming this is the bite.
Yeah, and that's sad that we don't believe it. Yeah, it just looks kind of sus, but
it does.
But I believe her. I'm sure he bit her. I mean, she's suing him. Anyway, what is your worst bite? Do you have a worst bite? And don't take it. Listen.
Yes, I have a worst bite.
Okay, what was it?
My idiot brother's dog ripped my face open.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, your idiot brother.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was like, I thought you were like being cheeky there.
No, I thought you were going to take it down some.
No, you ever had a pit bull rip your lip off? Yeah,
pervy
because
road.
I have. It's real fun.
Have you ever been bitten by a feral NFL wide receiver?
I have not. I'll tell you what, I would take the Puka bite over that stupid dog. Yeah, getting bit sucks.
I've
Actually,
never really had a terrible bite.
well, the only thing that I've been terribly bit by is his dogs. I've been bit by multiple of his dogs, and but never on the face before. That sucked. Getting bit on the face was really awful. That was that stuck with me for a long, long time. You hear stories about like kids that get bit like that in the face and like how it affects them, and I always like, and then when it happens.